Hello, Internet, and welcome to the latest episode of the Salted Coffee Podcast. I'm your host, Devon McCann, and alongside me is my fellow podcasters, Brian Koenig.
Put a weather balloon on a bear and set him back to mother base.
I don't know what that is. So, moving forward.
Metal Gear reference.
Yes. Paul Z.
Hi, Internet.
And our special guest, my wife.
My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
Tina McCann.
Hello.
Hi.
Fuck faces.
Nice.
So,
Hello, fellow miscreants.
for the
Never gonna
uninitiated...
get this. Never gonna get this.
Nice Borat reference there. So, the Salted Coffee Podcast, for those who do not know and have never listened to us before, is a show where three, sometimes four of us gather around a table and bring up random topics and talk shit for your enjoyment. So,
We're a bunch of schmucks from New Jersey that say whatever we think.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yo, we're from Jersey. We say what we
Oh!
Hey, hey, oh.
Hey, yo, Copernicus.
B, C, A, A, Q, F, D.
We're not all Italian here,
None of us are Italian, actually.
no,
contrary to
Italian.
popular belief.
I'm Italian too. Yeah.
What? 2 out of 4, right?
Part Italian.
You're part Italian, aren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah, so 2 out of 4. I just dropped my pen.
I just don't look Italian.
That sucked.
Yeah,
You look like you're a child. That's what
Took
you look
me
like.
like 10 minutes to get it.
You look like you're 12 years old.
Like a child leprechaun.
I can't wait to see you in your tuxedo. You're look like a little man child.
Hey, I look good at your
Picture of
wedding.
him in a tuxedo
You did look
right there.
And
Look at
he looked really good for a man child.
Hey.
God damn it.
that.
All
I
right.
remember when I almost tripped and
I just-
Christina
now I
was
broke
there,
the
and
pen.
she's like this. So I'm walking down the aisle at your wedding. She's like, I'm like,
Anyway,
Yes.
No one can see at home what.
yeah,
Paul
no one
just
can
did.
see the hand motion that I did, but I made a hand motion of a backhand.
So-
he's gonna smack at the face.
Before we do anything, let's bring up trim jobs.
Yes, that needs to be brought up. Okay, so the reason why I had him,
beer blitz, but
the reason why I asked Brian to bring this up is because as Devon's wife, I have to endeavor like a bunch of crap that he says. He's a very funny
Endure.
guy. Endure. I'm a little drunk.
Endorsed.
He says a lot of random shit. As a lot of people get to know him, he just says such a quiet guy, but he'll say the most random things where I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? And one of them was a recent thing that he told me he trimmed his beard. And I was very proud of him for it because he looked nice, because most of the time he kind of lets it grow like Grizzly Adams.
Oh, I don't care. I'm homeless.
Yeah, he looked homeless a little while ago. And he
walks around
trimmed
New
it.
York asking for money.
He trimmed it, and he referred it to as a trim job. And when he said it, I flat out was like, did he shave his pubes? Is that what he fucking meant? Is this a sexual thing? And if he's expecting me to do it, no fucking way. And I just wanted to know, because I put it out on Facebook, but no one really responded. A couple people made little references and made jokes, but I did not understand really where. Apparently, according to him, this is what he likes to do, is that he made me feel like I was stupid for not knowing what trim job was.
It's
so
a
I wanted to
common
know.
phrase.
I just want to know to the world now, to the
Urban
internet.
Dictionary, trim job, it's there.
If you look at, if anybody knows exactly what a trim job is, if so or if not, what do you think of the minute someone says trim job? I personally think of like those like shaved fetishes, or people like shave each other before they fuck. That's what I thought he meant, and I was very horrified by it. A part of me just wanted to divorce him right there. But
Now, why are we
This isn't her
assuming...
topic. She's just that.
this is not my
disturbed by
topic.
it.
I was that disturbed by it. I needed to.
I have to know.
I need to vet. I brought this up at work. I'm not even kidding you. I'm a bad employee like this. I full on have been puzzled by this situation for the last couple weeks, where he thought trim job was just a common thing.
It is
like-
a common thing.
No, it's
something
not a
that-
common
It's
thing.
a normal term for just manscaping.
Oh yeah, defend your
Yeah,
boob.
exactly.
That's right.
It's
Or
Defend
it's
your-
just,
manscaping.
it's just trimming of any kind of
anything.
facial hair or bodily hair.
That's what you thought of when he said trim job? Is that
Yes.
honestly?
Yes, that's what I fucking call it too.
Yeah.
Swearing on friendship? That's what you thought, or you're
Yes.
just saying that to defend
I
him?
just thought he
Swearing
was
on our
saying a weird
friendship
way
and
about
to
shaving
flying
himself
spaghetti
in some
monsters.
way.
Flying spaghetti monsters?
Yes.
Yes.
Pastafarianism.
So, Paul, what did you think of when you thought of trim
I
job?
thought he was just being weird and talking about how he shaved his fucking pubes or something.
That's what I thought too. All
I
right.
didn't think it was anything
And
sexual. I just thought he
to
was
the
using
man
a random
of-
phrase about shaving his pubes.
And to the origin, or the person who just started this fucking trim job shit, honey, what did you actually mean when you said that?
So, here's my interpretation of the
Fuck,
term.
here we go.
Now, a trim job has multiple definitions. Now, here is
Ladies
my
and gentlemen, my husband.
my initial reaction to what a trim job is. What I believe a trim job to be is a trimming of your facial hair. Now,
Bullshit.
when I trim my beard, it is a job of trimming the beard, so hence the name trim job.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. It's the same category as hand job
Now,
and blow job.
it
and those are
also
not jobs.
can be
I think your mind
applied.
is just in the gutter.
I think you're an
Yeah,
asshole.
I think you're taking it to a place that doesn't have to be taken.
Really?
Yeah, kind of.
The 9 years
Yeah,
I've been with
a
you,
little
you're going
bit.
to tell me I'm
Little
wrong
bit.
for bringing it to that place? Because you've
So-
brought some fucked up things into that place.
to. When I hear someone comes up to me on the street and they say, "Hey, Devon," because that happens all the time.
Do you know any friends?
Everyone is my friend. Now they come up to me on the
That's
street.
adorable.
Oh,
But anyways,
I have
So
lots
not
of
true.
friends, and for the people who aren't friends yet, they come up to me and they say, "Hey, Devon."
They don't even know your name at first, but they somehow magically know your name.
They do. Yeah.
Dr. Devon, what is
What is a trim job? And I say, "Hey, friend.
Hey, guy. Hey, buddy.
Hey, guy. Hey, buddy."
I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your
Not your buddy, guy.
I'm not
Hey,
your
buddy, guy.
friend.
And I say, "Let me,
That's Devon. He's a dick."
give you a little learning here."
And then you suck
And-
them off.
And what I do is I pull my razor out of my pocket because who doesn't have a razor in their
Big
pocket?
razor?
at
A
all
lot
times?
of emo kids.
Not a big,
people
not
who
a big
work at
razor. A
warehouses.
Gillette. A
Oh.
Gillette. Oh, because I ride nice and
Mach
fancy.
3, Mach 4? What kind of Machs are we talking
It is.
about?
It is a Mach
What the fuck is wrong with you
6.7.
guys? I just wanted to point this out.
Fuck.
I'm actually
It's
getting mad.
state of the art Gillette Mach
You've been drinking for the last like 3
model.
Yes. I'm actually getting mad.
So what I do is I introduced my fellow brethren to the trim job craze, the hashtag trim job craze.
So we are going to start that hashtag. I personally am being a guest on the podcast. I'm going to personally put that all over the page as a hashtag. What is a trim job?
You
And
do that.
I'm hoping
You did
people
that.
will
Now,
respond.
a trim job,
Funny
a
pictures,
trim job can
funny
be whatever
photos.
you want it to be. It's a magical thing in life. It can be
Trimming your facial hair is a magical thing. in
it can
life.
be trimming your facial hair. It could be trimming your pubes.
Or the bushes outside your house.
It
Ass
could
hair?
it could be
Ass
it could be
hair?
your ass
Bushes
hair,
outside your house, like
your
Edward
taint
Scissorhands.
hair.
He did a lot of trim jobs.
He did do
He
a lot
did.
of trim jobs.
He
Fucking
he
hate
saved
you
a lot
guys.
of children's
Transformer.
lives.
Fucking hate you guys.
Pushed into a T-Rex.
Fucking hate
T-Rex
you
that
guys. He took,
That's
he
a reference
trim
to
jobbed
a
the shit
previous
out of that
episode.
bush.
So I don't understand what the confusion is about the
There's a big
term,
confusion.
because a trim job, generally speaking, is any removal of hair. It could relate to anything that you
Why
want
did
it
you
to.
say I trimmed
It's-
my beard? Why did you have to say I did a trim job? Can't
I
you
don't know,
Well,
because it sounds...
Now, what else would you call
cooler.
it? What else would you call it if you were not going to call it a trim job?
like if I go shave my legs, I'm not gonna say I did a trim job. I said I
What would you
shaved my
say?
legs.
Right, because
Or
you're
I
being
shaved.
literal about it. Now, we're trying to be cool.
It's because you're doing a complete shave, which is like a complete removal of the hair off your body, whereas a trim job is just
yes.
merely
Partial.
clipping the long
It's all
hairs
partial.
off her face or nuts or ass.
Okay, why are you shaving your ass? Just to
My
keep-
ass
keep
is
it
like
clean.
the Amazon down there.
You
expect
never.
I need a
Uh,
machete.
You would
Expecting some
never.
business
There,
back there?
there's creatures down there as not have been discovered by science yet.
Dingleberries galore.
Oh yeah,
Oh fuck.
Dingosaurus rex.
That's a place I will never go. I always said I would never ever. Be
That-
touching
that is the fun
inside of a
frontier, my
man's
friend.
asshole. No, thank you.
No one wants to go down there. I don't even want to go down there. It's scary.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's fucking scary.
It's like the Sarlacc pet in Star Wars.
I feel bad for Meg. I feel like she's got a lot of hair to deal with.
I
No.
feel
Sorry,
bad for
man.
myself because I don't know what Star Wars is.
Get the fuck out of here right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How are we friends?
It-
I
to
get
be
so
that guy.
upset when
Go
I
get
hear
a
people
rope.
say you don't know Star Wars.
I mean,
like,
I'm
what is
looking
wrong
at
with it?
a Star Wars figurine.
mine.
Yeah,
Darth
'cause-
Vader.
Because it's
I had
mine.
nothing to do with that except for the
Because
purchase.
it's mine.
I want that.
Because it's
How much you
mine.
want that?
No,
For that?
Devon bought it for me from Walmart, and actually it's sold out. They don't make them anymore. So,
Well, it was like last year's figure,
that's why.
so
but it was
like
awesome,
a-
and
It was only
I've
like
been a
$10.
humongous fan of Star Wars because my stepdad always had me watch them when I was a kid.
Speaking of
And
which, Star
he
Wars is
doesn't
gay.
watch it.
I'll be
It's
honest.
not
Oh
gay.
no!
I was a
no.
nerd on my way
It's
out of
retarded.
Pep Boys today. I saw a Boba Fett keychain. I had to buy it.
Oh no!
I have a
I'm like, come on.
I have a Darth Vader
Of course I
Lego
have to.
keychain.
What do
I love that thing. The arm broke off the other day. I was really upset about that.
Yeah.
Poor little Darth Vader. And
But it was a Lego one,
It was
though.
the arm that gets hurt in the movie. It was, yeah. Like, I was like, oh my god, just like the movie. And I was like, fuck.
Tina, my arm fell off.
Sound good?
Wow. Now
I
it's
don't know, it
terrible.
kind of sounded like Sean Connery with a breath mask over his face.
Look,
Okay.
I fucking tried. All right, I've been drinking all night.
Okay, so we've moved past the trim job thing. I'm going to continue it with the hashtag, what is a trim job? And I'm hoping that people will respond with it. But let's start with our topics.
No, we gotta go into Beer Blitz.
No,
Beer Blitz.
Beer Blitz is the
I
opening
apologize.
segment.
Beer Blitz.
So, ladies and gentlemen, listeners of the Salted Coffee Podcast, we, as always, start off every episode with a segment called Beer Blitz.
Damn,
So-
Devon, you're good at this.
I'm not good at this.
No, you actually
Okay,
are.
okay. Anyways, go ahead.
So,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
this week, we have a new beer to present to you folks. This one is by Duclaw Brewing Company. It's called Hellraiser. It's an IPA.
It smells like shit.
Oh, come on.
It is.
Paul,
Did you hear my shit about IPAs like
Paul
3
is
episodes
not
ago?
a fan of IPAs.
I sadly
Let's just make
did,
that clear.
but here's the thing. I didn't care, and I bought it
know what?
anyway.
The labels
too,
and
all
box
right?
look cool, therefore I brought it.
Pretty
You know,
much.
I've actually bought some beers
right,
that I
too, so
generally
don't worry
don't
about
like.
it.
I bought some porters I don't like because the bottles were cool and I actually liked it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you
See,
that.
presentation is everything when it comes
really
to
is.
It really is.
choosing
I-
a new
I
craft
admire-
beer.
As a graphic designer, I admire good packaging design. It's
Exactly.
It's like a
And now
different
this
design,
beer
or-
has a
makes no
very
sense.
interesting label.
It doesn't have to.
Hellraiser being a crappy movie from the 80s.
Hey.
See,
Pinhead.
I disagree. I
Pinhead
actually
was
kind of
fucking
like the
badass.
Hellraiser movies.
Suck my dick.
But here's the thing. This is Razor, R-A-Z-E-R.
The pain and pleasure of
Like
the
the
world
scooter?
all into one little box. Sorry. it's
Like the
reference.
scooter with an E.
instead of an O.
Yeah, instead of an O. So, these come in, wow, 7.2% alcohol by
Oh,
volume.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
That is hefty. That is a good, 1.5 to 2% more than your average craft
When
beer.
are we gonna drink it?
We're going to drink it when I'm ready to do so, because I'm the
Yes,
host.
sir.
I can extend this segment as long as I so choose.
I have a,
Yes, sir.
I have a
Sorry,
request
yes,
from any
sir.
listeners,
All
but I
right.
can wait till the end of this.
Yeah,
let's
no,
all clink glasses and just take a sip.
So cheers, Hellraiser.
Prost.
Yay.
I'm sorry, that is gross.
It's not that bad.
Look, mine just fizzed all over the place. Oh, my nice
Okay.
freaking tablecloth.
Oh,
I got
your
too
beer got
excited. Got all
Beer
over
got
the
too-
place.
It's really ironic that the beer that the girl's
My-
holding gets excited and goes everywhere.
Yes.
So
my beer got a little excited.
it ejaculated.
Ejaculated everywhere.
Oh,
Foamy.
I did not get to climax. Fuck.
The beer did.
that
The
sucks.
beer did. But I guess I'm left to my own
Can,
mind now.
is the beer going to at least like recharge in a few minutes and then try it
I
again?
hope so.
That'd be
You gotta
If it
make
rolls
it-
over and goes to sleep, I'm going to be fairly fucking pissed.
No, fuck the beer that if it rolls over and goes to sleep.
I'll
You
find
can't roll
another
over and go
beer.
to sleep.
No,
I'll
you have to
find
make it a
It
sandwich.
has to try.
I have to go make a sandwich?
It has to go at least
Things
3
not to say to
times.
your wife, Devon McCann.
Replenish its energy by making it a
Or
sandwich.
By the
suck
way,
my dick.
maybe this is why
That's
I'm
going to be coming around.
Anyways,
Anyway,
So,
I'm gonna,
how do we feel about this beer? What's our
for an
review?
IPA, I
not
will
bad.
say I don't like IPAs in general, but
Neither
this
do I.
is
Gross.
fairly okay for an IPA.
yeah, it's tolerable for an IPA. I'm not a big IPA fan, but that 7.2% alcohol
It
is
gets a thumbs up
selling
in
point.
my book.
There is
It gets a I'll tolerate it in my book.
I don't know if anyone noticed
I agree.
it.
A tolerated
Tolerable.
thumbs up.
No, not even. It's like a like we're was the fucking the name of the
Caesar?
emperor? No, not Caesar. Fuck Caesar. The emperor in
Roper? No.
300?
no,
is
the emperor
Sparta.
and
What the
Gladiator.
fuck?
The emperor and Gladiator.
Where you
Emperor
put the thumb up
Palpatine?
and down.
For sure, Palpatine. That's not fucking it, but whatever. Or you kind of give the thumbs up or thumbs down, where you're kind of to the side with a thumb out.
You sure
I'm
it's not
giving-
Caesar? I thought
No,
that was
it's
Caesar.
not fucking Caesar. Caesar
No.
would be
Does
dead.
anyone else
Is that
want pizza now?
Marcus,
August?
I always want pizza, so don't challenge me on that. But it's where Marcus Aurelius was his father. Not fucking Cassius. It's
Emperor Marcus?
whatever. Just fucking Roman. the fucking Italian
Alexander the
Sorry, I
Great.
have to say it.
Guy.
Pizza,
Italian,
pizza.
the Italian guy sticks his hand out and doesn't point down or doesn't point up. Just kind of sticks it out. I'm giving kind of just
Do
the
you do that
sideways
with your
thumb.
dick, or
No, my
I don't wanna know. I
dick
don't wanna-
hasn't gotten out in a long time. Just saying. But anyway, I'm going to throw out the invitation to. I don't think we have any Canadian listeners, but God forbid we do. I'm sorry.
Justin
already.
Bieber is a huge fan.
You know what? I don't give a fuck. He's like an embarrassment.
What you talking about?
He's an embarrassment to being a white person.
Pretty sure he should have been aborted. I'm just sorry.
Flapping
just,
heads
He
and beating
should have
beady
been fucking
eyes.
swallowed. If any of
his
you
mom
guys
should have
could,
swallowed,
if,
not him.
oh definitely. If any of you guys could get us I know there's
Rich
a
people
beer
don't
in
swallow.
Canada called Brodeur, and it's like 13% alcohol. And I'm a big Devils fan anyway, so if somebody could send me a bottle of Brodeur, I'd be happy.
Just trying to get some free shit, aren't you?
Well, yeah, of course, because if it's free, it's for me. But I'll pay back. I'll pay for it.
I
I'll pay
live
back.
by
won't.
that.
Oh, I know you.
Great
We
mantra.
know him pretty well. No, we won't. Just kidding.
So back to Hellraiser.
Sorry.
I just want to throw
Sorry,
out that
sorry.
on the label it says that there are death-defying levels of New Zealand Matuka hops.
the fuck is that shit?
I have no
Matuka.
idea what that is, but it does say on the back of the label to respect
the
the
fluid.
fluid.
I feel like a man could say that while he's getting a blowjob.
Now, I feel
Respect the fluid,
the
bitch.
fluid.
like there's a hidden
Don't spit it
message
out,
there.
bitch. Don't spit it out.
Swallow it.
So, touche, Duclaw.
It's getting better as we're getting more drunk.
It really is.
I don't care if people like it. I'm just having fun.
Hashtag
Now-
respect the fluid.
Here's what I really need to know is independent of the label
Yeah, it's mediocre.
marketing hubble-blue, if you will. What do we feel about the actual taste of this beer?
Can I
too
just be
hoppy.
honest?
Yeah.
I know I'm a girly girl and I drink fucking fruity drinks and margaritas and stupid shit like that. But I did like the last two beers we had in the last segment. This is fucking gross. Not only that, but I'm having some problem with my beer. It is not once but twice fizzed all over
Yeah,
my
her,
face.
her beer is completely jizzed all over her.
It has literally
It's,
just over. I only touched it for a
Devin, I
second.
think you need to, like,
so
beat the
this
beer up.
this beer is a little too inexperienced for my taste. No, I just was not liking it. I'm not a fan. I think it tastes too strong. I think it tastes gross. I'm just not a fan.
It has a very hoppy taste.
It does. It's kind of heavy.
I've definitely
thick.
had hoppier beers.
This
This
is
is-
an IPA.
Oh god, man, that's like
It's the worst beer I've ever had. In
that's
my
like
life.
eating pure hops out of nature.
I don't know. The Superman beer was pretty shitty. I maintain that that's the worst
yeah,
beer I've
that's
ever
true.
had.
That's,
Devin told me about that, and I was like, the
The
way he made it
Superman
sound, it was just
beer.
gross.
I almost want to go on a trip
From
to
San
find
Francisco.
the crappiest beer on the planet.
Why would you do that?
But like
Because I have
platinum,
nothing else
right
to
there.
do.
That's
What?
it's total garbage.
Oh, it tastes like mercury.
Do you know
I
what
think it is
mercury tastes?
mercury.
Do you really know what mercury tastes like?
No, but
You
knowledge
probably
did you
you'd be
have?
dead if you did know.
For some
Crack
reason,
up
whenever
a
I
thermometer and just drink away.
For
Yeah,
some
pretty
reason-
much.
For some
Yeah.
reason, whenever I tasted that, I just thought of mercury. And apparently, our friend Justin, before he died, told me that Brian had the same statement.
Rest in peace.
That it tastes like mercury? Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
Yeah, definitely does.
Not that it's the same thing, but
Very metallic.
some people don't know that my friends know here. I have really bad food allergies, and a lot of times when I taste things that I'm allergic to, they actually taste like metal. And I've been told that's similar to mercury. So maybe I would understand if I drank that beer. Maybe it tastes the same way that my allergies.
You might taste it and be like, "Oh, this is fucking fantastic." I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking.
Who knows? No, I don't. I just feel like I'd probably agree with you guys on this. But
I
I'm
know
sorry,
some
this
people who
Hellraiser
drink
beer
that,
is just
I don't get why.
bothering me. I'm sure I can drink it probably now. I'm capable of drinking. I've had a few
Oh,
swigs
you
of this
gotta drink it.
Hellraiser
So-
on purpose
yeah.
because I'm already drunk.
beer?
So it's one of those I can.
Yeah,
drink
I
whenever
think
want.
that's maybe
Put it in
why
my
I can
belly.
tolerate
Put it
it.
in my
Yes.
belly.
Because I'm.
If we started this
fairly
in the beginning when
drunk.
we weren't drunk, I'd probably be like, ew, and then like do my girly, like, ugh, give me a margarita.
I'm not gonna
Like,
lie. I wish we had more of the Worcestershire.
Yes.
that is damn good beer. Fuck hell.
this to finish off. So,
Anyways,
but the Hellraiser, not a fan. I think this could tie the
Worst- worst
Superman beer as the worst
No,
beer.
it's not as bad.
You don't think so?
Metropolis is worse.
I need them side by side, but yeah, not a fan of
I
this
don't
beer.
understand, and I'm gonna rant for 3 seconds here.
Please do.
Fuck.
I don't understand why. I mean, I want somebody from the
Testify.
I want someone from the craft brewing community to tell me why they think IPAs are fantastic beers. Because I hope.
Oh, no, this is the IPA rant. This is the-
Real quick. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
Oh,
in a minute.
listeners, if you want to stop listening now,
I hope you
we
fucking
understand.
assholes.
Tune in next
we
week
probably already did.
when Paul's not
I hope
around.
you assholes understand that the only reason they made IPAs was because nothing else would withstand the trip to India. Because nothing else was quite as shitty.
Throwback to
So-
episode 1.
Yeah, you
I
gave
know a lot
us,
of
gave
people
us
that
a
like
lesson on that.
IPAs.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Pop, there we go.
I do want to say I feel like hops is almost the equivalent of like the taste in wine.
Yeah, but see, the thing is
It depends on the person, depends on what they like, and what wine's made. So
hops is kind of like a German thing, right? They grow in Germany. It's kind of where it comes from originally.
It's an Easter Bunny thing.
I never realized. I know that sounds stupid.
As far as I
never
understand, I might be wrong, but
Oh, come on. That was a good joke.
you ever notice that those fucking guys don't put that on all the beers they have? They put some, but not a whole lot. Maybe you should fucking listen to the people who brew beers best. Just fucking saying. There we go.
Yeah, Peter
Drop
Cottontail.
Well, he's not going to drop the mic because it's expensive
I'm
and
not
it's on
gonna
my
drop the
table,
mic.
and I'm going to kick his
I'm
fucking
not
ass if
gonna
he drops it on my table.
Really
No,
not
we
that
have mic
expensive.
stands. You don't need
It's
to
gonna
drop
break the table.
anything.
Yeah, I have a glass table, and I'm probably going to kick your ass if you broke my table. And also because I know you won't hit me back, so I'd win.
Yeah, no.
I'm going
So,
to look up history of hops.
It is 20 minutes in.
Yes. And
Probably
we
start our first topic.
have
Yes.
not entered an official
Yeah,
topic.
we've gone on to random
Okay.
things in beer books.
So we're going to rotate.
It's good to talk about them.
Okay,
I
good talk.
say that
Good talk.
Sit on it and rotate.
Good talk.
To the right of
Good truth.
me
Good truth.
is the wife.
Stop. Sunny reference?
Oh,
no?
God.
Fine.
Nope, okay.
Insert topic here.
Well, you suck.
What is your topic for the night, wife?
Oh,
Of mine.
mine is tipping. Okay, so the reason why I brought that up is
Milady.
because... Milady.
Tip my hat to you.
You ever notice, and if you add ladies at the end of any conversation, I heard this from a comedian once, forever ago, becomes creepy. Be like, I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
you have a good night, ladies.
Oh, Dimitri Martin.
Dimitri Martin, yes.
Yep.
My spirit animal.
I left the receipt for you, ladies. Anyway, my topic is tipping, and the reason why is because...
Not cow tipping.
Not cow tipping. Not tipping in life. I'm talking about like when you go to a restaurant and you pay somebody for their service, not only for your food, but also for good customer service. The reason why I bring it up is for about 7 years, I was a waitress. I waitressed in so many different places. And each restaurant I had was a different experience and different type of customer I would experience. Sometimes I had amazing nights where I would make $500 in one night. And other times I made $40 and had people try to fight me, try to hit me, drunk dumbasses who tried to molest me. I had one guy tried to give me $300 to rub. I forgot the amount. I think it was $300, but I don't remember the exact amount. I think I'm wrong. I could have sworn it was $100. But he wanted to rub my feet. I said no. I said no, and then the girl who was off her shift got that money and let him touch her feet. And everyone I brought this topic up at work, and everyone was like, why the fuck didn't you let them rub their feet? Quoting from my friend Ray, he was like, I would let them motherfuckers lick my feet, he said.
Feet
and I
are
laughed.
disgusting.
Feet
How
are
much money?
disgusting. I think it was 100. I could have sworn 300 now. I don't remember the exact amount, but the guy did offer me a lot of money to touch my feet. Preferably because I was told people like, I have really wide feet. I'm chubby. And apparently that is a foot fetish, that they like wider, like hobbit-like feet.
gross.
And
well,
it
I'm not
grossed
being
me out.
actually
So my
sure.
point
Gross.
is, experiences
Walking-
like that
walking paths.
made me hate being a waitress. And on top of it, the most thing I hated was the fact that people would not appreciate you as an employee and tip you like shit. The reason why I was brought up the topic is I wonder, like, what stops somebody from tipping well, and what do you consider a good tip? Like, what is the percentage? Maybe bring up like a specific amount of money that you usually spend when you go to a restaurant. What do you give? And also, I bring up for bartending, and because I've noticed a couple of people in our group sometimes don't tip the drinks and what they get. Like example, when we go to Atlantic City and you guys get free drinks, and I notice some people don't give the tips, and I get really pissed because I cannot help. I relate to that server because it pisses me off. I'm pointing at you, Brian.
Thanks. By the way, last time I was in AC, I did tip my waitress, so fuck all ya.
Fuck all y'all.
Mainly, but I think all the times before that was because I didn't really have any money. I was a poor child, poor boy.
I was poor too. I grew up in a trailer
big
park.
poor boy, so I didn't really have the money to tip my bar waitresses.
Round the outside.
Yes.
Sorry.
But as far as restaurant waitresses go, I always tip 20%.
Okay.
Then
I know
and
you-
now, I always tip 20%. Also, this may sound a bit sexist, but if the waitress is
Hot.
either hot or especially friendly, I will tip extra.
I'll say this. This is one thing and this is not putting myself down, but I always relied on my humor when I was a waitress, even though the one thing, surprisingly, I was very social about, even though in my normal everyday life I'm very not social. I kind of keep to myself. I'm shy, having social anxiety. As a waitress, I was able to work that well. I used to put jokes, talk the way I kind of talk now. If I had a young crowd, I throw a curse word in there here or two, make a little funny reference to something new in social media, and they would love it. And that's how I made my money. Older people, I knew how to say sir or ma'am and kind of kiss their ass, and I would make money that way too. But I didn't have because society doesn't really, at least from my experience, I'm not considered in society's eyes like pretty, and I never got to make tips because I was pretty. But the girls that I used to work with, example, when I worked at IHOP, dumb as fucking girls, but because they had skinny little waists and perky boobs, they made more money than me half the time. But I noticed that I even myself catch myself tipping differently because of the situations. I don't tip based off of looks. I tip based off of, like, example, me and Devon went to Famous Days yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And there was no one in the restaurant. They had one bartender / waiter taking care of it. Our meal was only $20-something, and we purposely tipped $10 because he was by himself and there was no customers. Mm-hmm. He was also really good. Everything came out quick. There was nothing I had to ask him for. It was great. But I purposely tipped more because I almost felt bad because he had no customers and he was sitting by himself making no money. So,
yeah, I'll do that also. Like, even if it's a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. But, like, especially if they're, like...
He likes the fellas, by the way.
Getting slammed by the customers and they're doing...
Like bot fucked?
Good service.
Not butt fucked.
I'll tip him extra.
Yeah, sometimes I've had that situation happen. But then there's very few times me and him, at being a former server, where I would not tip, and one of them was at Houlihan's. Remember that, Dev? We waited 45 minutes for a medium rare burger, and then a woman called me a bitch. Not to my face, but she said it 5 feet away from me at the register, and I purposely wrote on her receipt that I was like, you're not getting a tip because you called me a bitch, and I heard it. Thank you. Have a nice night. I was like, and P.S., I'm a server. You would have gotten a crazy tip. And I purposely left that and then told her manager. So, bam.
Boom.
What about you guys?
You own that bitch.
I own that bitch.
I don't know.
She's crying in her grave.
I'll tip well if I get good service. I always feel guilty about not tipping at all, but if someone just fucking sucks, they fucking suck.
I get that point.
I mean, if I'm waiting, like Houlihan's, I've had a problem with Houlihan's before,
Yeah.
too. Probably not the same Houlihan's, but...
Was Bricktown.
Bricktown one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah, that's the one we had a problem at.
Drama.
Yeah, no, they're
I'm sorry, but I'm shouting them out.
Their food just
It took
sucks.
45 minutes.
Yeah, I don't like Houlihan's
Suck
food
a
at all.
dick.
I'm just gonna say that Meg likes it for some reason, but I fucking hate it.
My grandma
it's
makes me
okay.
take
Yeah.
her there once a month.
It's like
She loves.
it's microwave food.
Yeah, she loves their
it's
potato
gross.
soup, and every time I go there, I'm like, oh, this is fucking gross. Like, why is she making me take her? But it's my grandma. I'm going to do whatever she wants me to.
Again, presentation.
Because they
have
make
a
the
nice place.
Presentation.
It does
bro,
look nice.
presentation.
Nice
It's
dishes.
called Houlihan's, and they have tie-dyed fucking band. Like,
They have
what
a
the
lot
fuck?
of.
Be an Irish pub, for Christ's
We
sake.
got crazy shit in the wall.
The one
tie-dye.
the one I take my grandmother to
fucking
is
fake
down
plastic food.
35. It's
Okay.
towards Red Bank, and what they do is they have a lot of old classic actors kind of stuff. Like they have this whole wall just for Marilyn Monroe, and my grandmother loves that stuff. So, and they have one wall for Betty Boop, and she's obsessed with Betty Boop.
Here's my real
But
question.
part of me, in my opinion, the food sucks. She makes me take her there at least once a month, and she loves their food for some gross reason. And I always get like a grilled cheese because I'm like, you can't really fuck up grilled cheese.
But they always fuck it up.
Oh,
They do a little bit. Like example, I ask for crispy bacon, and then I sometimes they don't even bring me bacon. And I'm that's one thing. I'm super shy. I don't usually send food back, so I try to hold that in. And then in my head, I'm later on like pissed off that I didn't say anything. But still,
Listen, I'm just saying, if you forget the bacon, you need to kill yourself.
you need to kill
Just
yourself.
saying.
On a grilled cheese?
On anything. Everything
Bacon
should have
forgotten
bacon.
equals suicide.
All right.
I don't know. My
Everything should have
Hellraiser
fucking
beer,
bacon.
I don't think it has bacon in it, so
I
we
know,
should
okay.
hunt
So you
these
should kill yourself.
bastards down.
That's what he's
No,
telling you.
I'm not killing myself. I should hunt down
Whoever
the
did-
company, Duclaw,
Do they have bacon
in
beer?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Does anyone
and
know
be like,
that?
"Well,
I'm
they
sure
do,
there's
but
sure
I
they
wouldn't
We
do
need
it."
to
have
have
bacon
bacon
beer.
beer.
No, I just need to have
They
bacon
probably
on it.
have it in everything.
just put a piece of
dude.
bacon inside
should
of beer
so
bottle?
we
Garlic
should so
salt
order
beer.
pizza
I
with bacon.
so want pizza.
Oh
I
my
kind
God.
of want pizza too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, me too.
Everyone wants pizza.
Yeah,
all
by the
time.
way, everybody, we've been drinking for the last like 4 hours, and we mean heavily. So
Yeah.
We're at that,
you guys get a pretty interesting fucking topic.
It pretty much would be White Castle if we were capable of driving, or pizza, and it's going to be pizza.
Ooh, White Castle's pretty close.
Not close enough.
That Papa John's
it's like down
app.
18, and there's cops everywhere.
No,
Peyton
it's not
Manning
18,
delivers
it's right
it to
down
you
Cullen Road.
personally.
I don't want to.
Even better. just emoji a pizza to Domino's. And
I saw
Maybe
that
our-
commercial.
to you.
I say,
Emoji them like
if
three,
we were,
and then bring the fucking driver in here and eat them.
That got dark quickly.
Very dark.
I'm not.
Why
that.
does it gotta be dark,
Paul?
Brian?
That was by far like the
Cannibalism.
fattest
Why
thing
do we
you've
have to
ever
resort to
said.
cannibalism this quickly?
And I'm not that. I mean, I'm fat, but I don't think I've gone to that cannibalism.
Well,
level.
no. It's not cannibalism by getting fat, just by getting the power of eating the person.
I have the power.
Beat me to it.
I don't think He-Man worked that way.
He ate people. Sure, he did.
He-Man?
I bet you when when
probably liked
cameras
the
weren't
soil
around, he
green.
probably ate people. I bet you if it was survival, he would fucking eat people.
Yo, I bet you He-Man loved his Soylent Green.
The fuck?
What the fuck?
But seriously, if you suck at serving and your food sucks, you're not getting a fucking tip.
I still tip. Maybe it's just because I was
And
a former server.
I'm
I
just saying, like, I live in New York, and something that will make me not tip is if I come to the restaurant drunk and you don't even know what pork roll is.
It's New York, though.
It's fucking 4 miles.
Still
It's
technically-
4 miles.
It's
Jesus.
not New Jersey.
It's a
I can
regional
look
thing.
out. I can look out my fucking window of my apartment and I can see New Jersey.
Devon
if I
will
throw
probably-
something really fucking hard, I can probably hit it.
Yes. Okay. So Devin and me went and visited our friend Jack in Joppatown, Maryland, years ago. It was probably like 4 years ago.
Well, it's Maryland, so that should be your answer.
And they didn't have that. We went out to the grocery store purposely. I wanted to buy breakfast so I can make breakfast for Jack when we slept over his house. And I looked all over the aisles and I could not find it. I actually asked the associate and they were like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, oh. And then I guess it was my first experience of where like they don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I was horrified. I was like, how the fuck did they not know what pork roll is? I was like horrified. But they gave us a free loaf of bread. That was kind of cool. They randomly were like, have a nice day. And it was like a potato loaf of bread they gave at the end.
That's weird.
I thought it was weird, but they're like so much
Have a
nicer.
nice day, weird New Jersey people.
Have a nice day, weird New Jersey people. You fucking suck. You're asking for fucking pork roll.
Yeah, nobody I work with knows what pork roll is, and I tell them
Oh,
to
well-
make it for them. But I have pork roll in my freezer.
No one
but
knows what Taylor ham is. I
Fuck
say
that.
Taylor ham all the time, and
I say
everyone's
pork
like,
roll.
"The fuck are you talking about?"
fucking
I think
pork
Taylor
roll.
Ham's technically a brand. That's not an
you know, it's
actual.
a
Yeah,
brand.
Taylor ham is a brand.
I have found Taylor ham.
I buy a lot of
New York.
ShopRite pork roll. That's why I don't call it Taylor Ham.
That's fine. I found
It's cheaper.
I found Taylor ham, but the only place I can find it is unlike the on the army base in the commissary because they have fucking everything you could think of.
Yeah. Well, the
So,
only thing that annoyed me
it's
was
inexpensive too. It's
growing
like
up
$2.
because my family was poor and my grandmother always lived off of like WIC and SSI and stuff like that. She used to buy like the big rolls of pork roll where you had to slice it yourself. So it always used to be thicker. So when I first started buying food on my
consider
own and living
buying
on my
that
own,
myself.
I was surprised that pork roll came in little packages on separate and cut. I was very surprised, but I'm not even kidding you. I was like 19 when I first discovered that, and I was like, "Wow!" It didn't come in like a giant like meat log where you had to like cut it yourself. I was very surprised by that.
Use this meat log to reinforce my house.
Fuck you. Why don't you talk about the second drink of choice tonight?
Oh, it's the same fucking drink I've been drinking the last.
No,
episode.
the thing I made you guys.
Oh,
Not the Jim Beam, man.
No, the little
Single barrel.
So I made a drink for them. I was trying to be nice. Also, I was a little intoxicated, so I wanted to find more drinks. I mixed this drink called Hot Sex
Yeah.
with
Oh.
Kahlua and milk. And
Hot sex.
it is very much
Yes.
hot
It
sex.
came-
It was
It's-
delicious. I put some ice in it, blended it in the blender. It was fucking delicious.
And then because I'm a fat kid, I
Is there
put some
more of
chocolate
that,
syrup
or
on it.
I'll make more after the podcast. How about that?
We can always-
after?
We can always pause. The
You're not
podcast
making
to
me
make
stop
more.
what I'm doing.
How about at the midway point of the
Don't
podcast?
be a dick face and make your wife go make you shit.
No, you don't have to make it. Someone will make
We're
it.
already
I
a
don't think
half
you'll
hour, and we still haven't gotten to our second
Can we
topic.
go to
so-
topics?
Yeah, we were going to get the second topic here.
Let's-
We
let's-
really,
Stop talking to me,
really-
make-
I want to finish off with the
I'll-
tipping first.
Okay.
'Cause
You-
we
'cause-
I thought we were done with it. But
can have
okay.
fun.
I only
No,
have their
done too.
opinions. I want
I didn't
want
say
Devon's
my
opinions.
piece.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here's my thing about tipping. I believe what is the traditional amount that you're
supposed to be 20%.
It's
20%.
18 to 20% ish.
It used to be 18, now it's 20.
Right. So I'm perfectly okay with that, and obviously,
Wait, why when I hear that it went from 18 to 20, do I feel like the whole Billy Madison thing with the penguin? Like, oh, so sorry to interrupt. I don't know why that comes in my head.
I've never
What?
seen that.
Never mind.
No, I
I'm
get what you're
fucking
saying.
weird.
I know.
We never seen Bill
Oh,
Madison.
sorry to
No, Devon
interrupt.
sucks.
Oh,
All right,
so
we
sorry,
we
son.
we need a dedicated movie day to just show him fucking Star Wars, fucking
been with
Indiana
this man-
Jones,
And to rape him.
fucking Billy Madison, fucking.
Let me just point out the fact that
Matrix.
you guys have been
I've
friends with him
seen
for a
The
long
Matrix.
time.
Oh, okay.
But I've been
I didn't know
his
that.
girlfriend/wife for
failed him for a
9
while.
years, and I've begged him to watch Star Wars, and he
Jurassic
refuses to
Park.
fucking watch it. No, he
I've
watched
seen Jurassic Park.
I can like force him with handcuffs.
Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
What are you? Why are
seen
you
all-
caring? Why do you want
all
to
of
force
them,
him in
all 4 of them,
handcuffs?
yeah.
You're gonna take his
Okay.
pants off too?
Well, I mean, later
And
on.
tickle his dick a little? Like, what the fuck are you doing, Paul?
I love the way that sounded.
Give him a trim job.
Tickle his dick a little. It's just, I just have to
I'll give him
I
a
feel like
rhyme.
that's hashtag tickle his dick a little.
I'll give him a trim job.
Tickle a little.
Don't fucking say that.
Trim job.
Why do you have to go into
Speaking
my
of-
mic? You just like dirtied up my mic with your
All right,
fucking
all right.
trim jobness.
Speaking of dicks, tipping. Just the tip.
Just the tip?
Just the tip.
Just a tip.
So I
You
think that
can never put in just a tip.
if you deserve a good tip, if you deserve more than that base 20%,
All about that bass.
then
about
you
that.
get it. You have to, as a server. Now I've never been a server, but let's just say
You dated
that I'm a server. I did.
I was a process server.
Yes,
Close enough.
not the same
sex
thing,
server.
Close enough, server.
but yes.
Doesn't matter headset.
There are little things that you can do or not do that either take away or add to the tip that you're going to get from me.
Without a doubt.
So, and they're stupid, subtle little things that you probably don't even think that you're doing. So, here's an example. This didn't necessarily work against this guy's favor, but it normally would have. So, the wife and I went to Famous Dave's the other day, and we asked
I
for
like I don't have a name anymore. It's just
the wife. The wife.
My wife.
My wife.
My wife.
What the fuck? Go on,
I like you.
said the wife.
Yeah. So we asked for a dessert menu. And just to kill time, because we had to go to the movies at a certain time. So we didn't actually want dessert. We just needed to waste a few minutes. But anyway, so the guy actually, after giving us the dessert menu, he actually asked us on 4 separate occasions if we were ready to order dessert, which is fine.
But it was
because
like within 15 minutes, man.
now we did
pretty
take longer than you would expect to order a dessert, which, you know, fine. That's our fault. Where we should have, upon receipt of said dessert menu, we should have looked upon it, perused the menu, if you will,
Now,
pretty immediately. Now,
was there a lava cake on there with like the ice cream?
no, they had 4 options.
Ooh,
4
okay.
options. That's it. Very
No,
limited.
no. You can have 4 options.
Oh, you need to have more.
No,
than 4
if you
options.
have 4 options, they have to be pretty fucking awesome options.
Exactly.
So what are those 4 options?
Now,
I'm curious.
I don't remember all of them, but one of them was the sundae, which was what we ordered, and it was awful. Now, when I say it was awful, the reason I say it was awful is not so much that it tasted bad, is that because it was very cheaply made. It was.
Now, is that server's fault? It's not the server's fault.
It
at
is
all.
not the server's fault. It is the restaurant's fault for having shitty ingredients. So what you can tell pretty much what they did is they went to ShopRite and bought Turkey Hill ice cream and threw it on a plate with some like chocolate syrup and were like, "Hey, give us $6-7 for
On
this."
top of that, we're going to say that there's nothing wrong with Turkey Hill ice cream.
No.
being bought at ShopRite.
No, not
But
at all.
If you're paying fucking
you're-
$10 for a dessert, you want something
Right.
a little bit better.
You're not at a restaurant.
Because I could pay
Yeah.
$5 and buy a whole gallon.
You
of Turkey Hill ice
expect a different type of quality when you go out to eat. That's the whole point. Now, we did not get that with our dessert. Now, regardless of the dessert quality, it sucked for the price. Yes.
$6.
Now, here's going back to the tipping. Now, in this specific example did not take away from our servers, full blown tip at the end of the meal.
But that's also what I said before. That
It normally would have, though, if I had the money to care. He would have lost $1 or $2 because he did come by a very literal 4 or so times to ask
even
me.
acknowledged that he came to
And that was the thing too. Like he realized that he was like he even said it.
He came
He
too
was
often.
like, "Hey, I know I asked too many times, or I keep coming by, or whatever it was that he said exactly. I don't know."
Gotta
But
keep 'em coming.
he acknowledged that he was stopping by our table more times than he should have, and he knew that. So if you knew that, don't do it. Don't do it. Just stop.
No,
Tend to other things.
Kalima!
Yeah. Like it was to the point where we didn't
Just
even have
reference the Family Guy,
time to
sorry.
even peruse the menu to figure out what we wanted. And now, from a server's point of view, he should know that when a couple comes in and asks for a dessert menu, you can't ask, "Are you ready for dessert?" when there's only one person sitting at the table. Now, you know that the person I walked in with and was sitting down with is predisposed to some other activity, most likely a phone call or bathroom visit, which it was the latter in this case. Now, if the wife is in a state where she is not available at the table to order a dessert,
my wife,
you do not ask if you're ready to order dessert, because very clearly we're not ready to order dessert if there's only one person sitting at the table. So anyway, to make a long story short, which I've already not done a good job of, we were disappointed that the dessert process took as long as it did, and even though this guy got off lucky and did not lose $1 or $2 off of his tip, it normally would.
But we also, I did say it earlier, the reason why I tipped him more is because we were his only table, and he was a bartender and a
so he gets
waiter.
the benefit of the doubt then, that he gets
and I
the
more or less
middle
felt
ground.
bad that he was. By the way, the reason why they're getting, if you can hear a little giggling, is from the two jackasses over here while Devon's talking. It's because my reference to the podcast prior was the Tatra beer, and they said it was the Indiana Jones beer. They pulled up Indiana Jones pictures trying to compare it to the face that I said was the full-bodied taste rapist.
He fucking looks like Indiana Jones, all right?
No, Indiana Jones is badass. The guy on Tatra, on the beer, looks like a rapist. Like, full on, sitting in the fucking children's playground, sitting there jacking off. Like, that's what bothers me about that face. And I don't care what anyone says. It's how I feel. I feel violated looking at that fucking beer.
I'm going to tweet to Harrison Ford that you said that.
Do it. It's not Harrison Ford.
Well.
That's not his face on there. Harrison Ford is awesome. Harrison Ford, by the way, you're fucking badass.
It's a Polish Harrison Ford, all right?
It looks like him.
Harrison Ford, you're awesome.
They're
Tatra's
ripping off
doing
his
you
image.
injustice, okay?
Let's go back to your topic, because tipping...
He finished the topic.
Okay, so what's our next topic?
I think
Next?
have we covered everything about the
Yes.
Sure.
We've
So
definitely
it's your
covered
turn.
it.
Tipping. There's not much to
Okay,
it.
so from tipping on to people that I would never fucking want to tip with the DMV, we're talking about the cars. We're talking about cars we've owned.
Automobiles.
We're not going to talk about cars specifically, because if we're going to talk about cars, we'll resurrect Justin, and me and him will have a long conversation. None of you will want to
please
fucking
now.
listen to.
Yeah,
But he's dead,
that's
so...
Fair
No,
listeners.
that's why I'm saying resurrect. I'll find the Necronomicon. We'll pull him up. All kinds of things like that. We'll fight a big army of undead people. And,
Yes.
fucking what's his
The
name?
Book of the Dead.
The Necronomicon?
Yeah, Bruce Campbell will show up. It'll be a whole thing.
We already performed
Imhotep.
a spiritual ritual before on the show.
Imhotep.
Klaatu
Some of the fourth topic.
Klaatu Verata Nikto.
We don't need to
All
do
right,
that
that's all I
again.
gotta say.
I keep going to the Child's Play
So-
references. You ever see the movie Child's Play?
With
original Chucky movie?
Chucky with
Yes.
the creepy fucking doll in the middle of the room with the big knife in his hand.
Ari, Dari, Dembala, give me the power, I beg of you. And he tries to put his soul into the kid.
That sounds so dumb.
It was awesome when I was 5.
I remember hearing that. Like, I don't know, the whole "give me the power,
Oh.
I beg of you." It just sounds.
Is that how you propose to
not
Meg?
as biblical.
Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't sound. as
It
biblical
sounds
as
more like he's trying to make this dude come that he's fucking in the ass. Give me the power, I beg of you. He's pawing.
Don't ruin
He's
one
a
of my
power
favorite
bottom.
movies. Chucky will fucking stab you while you're sleeping.
He's asking the
Look at that thing. I think we'll stab
he's
you.
asking the power bottom to help him.
Oh my fucking anyway, going to the topic.
Anyway,
Anyways.
so okay, so I'm
Ruined Chucky
we're all
for me.
we're all rounding our late 20s, getting close to
We're old
30
as shit.
actually.
Oh, no.
So we're old as fuck.
Don't go there. I might
That's as far as I'm gonna get.
commit
That's as
suicide
far as
right
I'm
now.
gonna get.
Back in
Devin wants any
day,
excuse to commit suicide. So.
we used to have pogs.
I actually
I
talked
did
about
used to
that
have
with the couple
pogs,
people I
but
worked with
sadly.
yesterday.
Pogs?
They had Pogs.
Yeah, we talked about Pogs and
The fuck is Pogs?
Pokemon
Dude, I had
and,
Pogs.
and
Pogs?
fucking
What are you
Tamagotchis.
talking? I remember Tamagotchis, but what are
I wish I
Pogs?
had
The
Pogs.
fucking
Who didn't have Pogs?
circular rectangle
Little
cardboard
I could never figure out how to
things
play
with
the game.
random
You know
print
how to play
designs
the
on it.
I don't know what you're
No,
talking
and
about.
my
had the
sisters
board.
didn't know, and my dad didn't know. He's like, I don't know, figure it out.
I had the Pod
know.
the Game board game.
Anyway,
It was like a little base where, you know what? No one cares.
yeah,
I love it.
we'll talk about
We're
fucking
going
old
way
people's-
off topic.
We'll talk about old
everything.
people stuff later. All
Okay,
right.
so
It's
let's just say,
fantastic.
Let's go back to
fantastic.
No.
We'll go from-
You know what? Now I want to talk about Pogs. So
No,
anyway,
I want to talk about
No.
cars.
That could be your
Shut
topic
up.
if you want
I'm
to
gonna
change
like.
it.
All right,
I'm gonna like
Pogs.
nostril fuck you until you die.
Why?
Pogs was
Is your
fun.
dick that small can go inside a nostril?
No, that's why he's gonna die.
You can still kill somebody. It can be long and slender. Why are we
would have
talking about
to
your
be
dick? Holy
really
shit!
long.
Should be a needle dick.
Needle dick.
Needle dick.
Can
Okay.
you talk about your fucking
No, I'm
topic?
trying to, but no one's letting me.
I'm sorry. All right. Everyone, shut up.
Okay, so
child
I'm
is
going to go
spoken.
with we're going to go from tipping people in restaurants to people nobody wants to tip, being the DMV and cars we've all owned. I know all of us have owned a plethora of vehicles. Me being by far the most.
Yes.
I've owned a shit ton of cars.
He's fucked up some cars.
No, you know what? No, it's because I don't
are
have a whole lot of
waste.
money, so I've spent like $1,000 on a car. And it died in a couple months, and it's
True.
And I've spent $400 in a car, and I had it for like 4 or 5 years. Things happen. So I'll count how many I have, but before I count that, I'm going to go to my fellow miscreants here, and I'll have them talk about which ones they have.
You've gone through about I want to say
No, I'm
20 cars
No,
in
not
the
20
past.
cars. It's not quite 20 yet.
I have seen at
Almost,
least
but-
7 or 8 cars from me.
At least
and
seven,
I've been
no,
in this
no,
for
no.
At least
7 or
10.
8's definitely the truth.
At least 10.
Probably close to 10.
But they have known
But
me longer than
anyways-
me, so.
Yeah. So okay. So we'll go to
What?
Dr. Koenig here. He'll tell us the
Dr.
doctor's
Von
the,
Koenig.
the doctor's thing. We'll talk about another
doctor
time.
is in.
Because he's not actually a fucking doctor. But go. You'll talk
Or
about the
is he?
vehicles you've owned.
I haven't
He's a
owned that
child.
many. I haven't gotten to many accidents as
Well, I
these
had
people.
2.
I've only been in one accident.
So, right now I have a 2008 Ford Focus.
my car's
It's
newer than yours.
it's cool. It's all right. It has a terrible paint job. It's like a puke green color. But
He did that on purpose, by the way.
the car before that, it was a 96 Thunderbird, aka the Sexmobile.
That he had only sex with himself in, probably.
No, I actually had sex in that car.
I'm pretty sure me and Devin had sex
Oh
in that
come
car.
on!
Yeah, I had sex in your car.
Did we have sex in his car?
No,
I think we did, actually.
no.
No, I'm pretty sure we did.
Wait, in my car?
Yeah. Put the cat down.
That was a
If
cat.
anyone hear that,
People at home.
by the way, if anyone heard
We were
that,
not
that
having sex with
that
each
was
other.
my me and Devin's deaf cat named Kratos. He's
kinda
very
wanna put it on
loud.
there.
He's like an old lady screaming. Can't realize the volume of his voice.
Is
But the
that gonna be
jerk
on
off
there?
Paul picks him up when he doesn't like to be picked up, so the cat screamed his fucking head off.
So
Now we
anyways,
have a live cat to make the sound effect.
All right, go on. I want to hear.
the Thunderbird served me
I had
well
sex
for
in your
quite a
car.
number of years
And then you passed it on to Paul.
throughout high school until 2014 when I gave it to Paul when it was on its deathbed.
I
kind of friend
actually
gives a shitty
resurrected it
car?
a little bit. I had it for like a year and a half, like a year.
Really?
Yeah.
I gave it to you when it had really bad brakes. And I hope it. I
a
was,
nice
I was
thing to
hoping
do.
you wouldn't notice.
No,
Here,
I had to
bad
replace
brakes, I hope you
every
die.
single piece of the brake system. I hope you know that.
Wait, what'd you do?
From pads to rotors to calipers to some parts of the lines. I
So-
replaced every single part.
Really? Wow. Fuck, man.
This is a
I know nothing
revelation.
about cars.
I'm both sorry and proud of you at the same time.
The master cylinder was the only
out.
piece that I didn't
out.
replace because I didn't feel like fucking doing it, and that's what was wrong with it. Is it needed a master cylinder? I had to replace both rear and all 4 rear and front brake
Boring car shit.
brake shoes. And
I have no idea what
pads.
Paul's talking about
Oh,
right now.
and
Fucking
by the way,
That should
everybody,
make out.
I did
right
all
over
of them
my
myself.
head. Right over my head.
I did all of them myself, and part of which included me trying to use JB Weld on something that I got a defective part, and it fucking blew out, and there was brake fluid flying everywhere. It was actually pretty fun.
Was the
I-
car jizzing on you? Was that?
No, I actually didn't get out of my driveway,
car's
so I
jizz.
was lucky. Because if I got out of my driveway, I would have no brakes, and I'd probably be fucking dead. And that'd be haunting the shit out of you, which would be funny to me.
Well, anyways, I'm not a huge fan of cars. That's my story. I had 2 cars in my whole
The only thing I'm a
life.
fan of is the fact that
Let's
I really
move on.
do think that me and Devon had sex in your car. I'm pretty sure that happened.
No.
Yeah.
I was also my car then too. So
We
I
did
don't
have sex in your car.
eventually.
Yeah.
No, you had sex with
If you
his-
did, it didn't matter.
So Devin will go. I've counted how many cars I've had. But we'll
That
go
place
Devin
is like
now.
open waters. Anyone's free to bang and monkey knife fight if they
Maritime
want.
law.
But maritime law.
Anyway,
All right, so yeah,
Eat a guy's dick like Kobayashi.
since I got my license at 17, like most people do, and I have had 4 cars. I've owned 4 cars, and I've co-owned 2 cars since then.
6.
So I've had 6 cars since, basically since I got my license. Starting off with my first, which was, as you know, you never forget your first.
Sexmobile.
My car was a Sexmobile. I literally had it on
It was
the
an
bumper.
Oldsmobile.
It was an Oldsmobile 1989 Cutlass Calais. Oldsmobile Cutlass.
He didn't talk to any girls until he met me, by the way. So it
I
really
did not.
wasn't a
It was
sexmobile.
all for show. It was not a Sexmobile. I don't know. If
It was
I
like a
ever actually had
masturbating mobile.
sex in it. I don't think I did. I don't know. But then I had another Oldsmobile, a Delta 88,
I actually like that thing.
and
The
I
thing was
had that
awesome.
for about
It was like a fucking boat.
2 or 3 months, and it just did not work out. It was a gas guzzler.
Yeah, I remember me and Justin we
I
wrenched on it a few
barely had
times.
the even. Oh, I don't even know if I count that in my history of cars because I had it for such a short time. It was like 2 to 3 months tops before I got rid of it. And then my third car was the 2000 Mercury Cougar, which was a complete piece of shit. Do not buy Mercuries if you're out there and you're listening and you're thinking about a Mercury. Don't do it.
I'm going to add there
It's a
that
shit
See, my
car.
friend Ray has like a Mercury, whatever kind of SUV type, and he loves it. He has no
Mountaineer?
problems with it.
Yeah, but it's a
I think it's
Ford,
Mountaineer.
it's a Ford Explorer just with a Mercury badge on it.
Yeah, it's a really
all it is.
nice truck, though.
Yeah.
Like,
They kind of have
Looks way nicer in my
similar
car.
infrastructures.
I'm going to sit there and remember that before Justin died, that me and
God
him...
rest
all
his
clarity,
soul.
he's not
Me-
actually
me and
dead.
him-
He's
No,
living in
he's
Tom's
dead.
River.
No.
Me and him did the
Nice
breaks, and you bought us pizza,
Yes, Papa
Yeah,
John's.
I remember that.
and
That's a good
to
time.
pay us, and you get everything with bacon, so Justin couldn't have any of it.
No,
Did
we
I
got
do
a
that?
we got a
I don't-
plain pie. I
Intent-
specifically
No,
remember.
no.
It was probably an
no,
accident.
that happened twice.
Oh, because the one time
The
I
first
remember
time,
I bought pizza, I never
no,
did plain
the
pie.
first time he got everything with bacon, so Justin couldn't have any of it, and I just sat there laughing. And Justin was sitting there mad, and we did your breaks in like 20 minutes, all 4 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like
Devin, you're a
fast.
really bad
like, we
friend.
were there, both times we're up, we're like, click, click, click,
See,
click, click.
I can't imagine that I would do that intentionally.
Maybe he
No, I
ordered
think
it.
he might have asked me, and I said, no, dude, do it.
He probably didn't care,
He probably wouldn't eat it because
and then he
thinks it's not-
cared anyway.
hygienic
You know
or
what I
some shit.
mean?
Yeah, he
Like,
said he doesn't
he
care,
pretended like he didn't care, and then he was like, you know what? I want some pizza.
And now, what car do you have now?
He is not going to talk to us ever again, by the way.
Well, of course
Well,
not.
he's
He's dead.
dead.
He can't speak at all,
Anyway,
so that's fine.
So what car do you have now, Dev?
So, and after the Cougar finally died, after years of pain and anguish and money,
Annoyance.
me.
I
Kalima.
just recently, anyway, moved on to a 2001 Saturn L200,
That your sister
which
sold
I've
you?
had for about 2 months now. I got it from my sister, and it's been great.
Great car. She only charges like $700 for it.
It's we got a good price
Like
on
nothing.
it. Hence, family and that
His
was
sister also
really
looks
well.
out for us a lot.
So we
Aaron.
definitely got the car for a cheaper price than it should have gone for. It's definitely a car that's worth more. It was in good shape, and
miles
it is.
on it?
I know it's only 2 months in,
140?
so it's too early to say. Yeah, we're around 140K on that mileage wise.
Makes things so much easier because we relied on one car for a
But
very long
just
time.
going off the 2 months, it seems like it is the number 2 ranked car on my list of cars that I've owned behind the Cougar.
Now, Tina, would you like to go with yours, or do you want me to shoot
No, I'm
one for
gonna go with it.
my enormous amount of vehicles I own.
No, I'm going to go with mine because yours is going to be the final little climax
it's
of
long.
this. So, the very first car I ever had, I tried to buy a Dodge, and that didn't work out. It was like a Dodge, I forgot what it was, some piece of shit little Dodge car. It was like an 85 or something, but didn't work out. We were going to go buy it with my aunt, and then it just it turned out to be a piece of shit. But the first car she ever gave me was when I was 17. It was a 2000 Kia Sedona minivan. I thought that thing was fucking awesome. We used to pile all of us in there and go to movies and random shit like that.
We used to pack us in there.
Yes, we used to pack everyone in there. We also used to take it off into Shelter Cove and let DJ take it off-roading, as he called it, where he would just drive around the dirt and fuck up my alignment. I had the thing for a very long time until I was moved out of my aunt's house, and she kept it. But I loved it. The thing was fucking awesome. I don't know why, but I loved having... If you ever... For our younger viewers, if you ever get a car, like, try to get a minivan. It's the best thing ever once you start driving, because the fact that you can pile shit in there, you can put whatever you want in there.
You can bang in there.
You can bang in there.
Yeah.
Rape van.
Rape van. No, it was not a rape van. The second car I got was on my 18th birthday. My grandparents gave me my grandpa's old Chevy Cavalier. It was a 96. It originally was pink, and they painted it black. It was a piece of garbage. But I was very happy to get a free car. I only had it for 2 months. It fell apart. The transmission literally fell out almost. It just collapsed, and the car stopped working at a McDonald's. I could not lock the doors because my uncle one of my uncles who was working on the car accidentally cut one of the wires that affected the automatic locks. So I had, whenever I drove the car, either I just did not lock in, took everything with me, or if I locked it, I had to climb through the trunk in order to get into the car, because I was the only one that I rigged where I was able to unlock the door. It was a piece of shit. It also smelled because it was flooded. My grandparents lived in Union Beach at the time when they got the car. It flooded in the back, so it was like mildew and probably mold. I probably was supposed to die when
Black
the car...
mold, you have
it's really bad. I tried to clean it. I got it scrubbed. I even paid. I went to a car wash and they cleaned the inside of it for like $40, and it still smelled. But I was so happy the fact that it was my own legal car, like on my own, where I owned it. It was in my name. I paid ass load of fucking money for insurance that, I mean, technically I got a refund a little bit because it died within 2 months, but I had to pay up front, and I paid like $4,000 for 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fucking awful. So it was all my savings at 18, and then I had to, on top of it, I borrowed money from my stepdad for it because he had to put I think $1,000 towards it. So I owed him $1,000, and I emptied out my account of $3,000. But I got some of that money back. Then Devon bought me about 5 or 6 years ago a Chevy Cavalier as well, but it was a 2001, and it was from his girlfriend, our friend Jen, who was a friend of a friend, more or less. But she's awesome people. She sold it to us only for $500.
I really doubt she's listening.
What? She was anyway. I'm going to be like...
She doesn't care.
Anyway, okay, if she is, she's... Jen, you're awesome. Thank you. That car lasted for 5 years. The thing was, at my job, they used to call it the Tina-mobile, and they make funny jokes about it. I put that car through hell. The only problem I ever had with that car was the fact that I stupidly got in a car accident with it and destroyed the front of the car. It cost me $1,500 to fix. On top of it, I think I got ripped off because the guy knew I was a girl, and then I did not know what I was talking about with the car, and I kind of had no choice, where he already worked on it and then told me how much it cost. It was at Midas, and I'll never go there again because they fucking suck. But then Devon bought, once that car crapped out, we purchased a Nissan Versa, which I have now, which is 2011, and I love that thing. The only problem is now is that my muffler rusted and broke, so now it sounds fucking loud as shit. But there's nothing else mechanically wrong with it. It just, for a small car that literally looks like a shoebox, it sounds like it has a Mustang engine now.
There's one there's one in like the apartment next to you. Mm-hmm. So every time I come here, I don't know who is actually home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like 3 Nissan Versas in general.
Yeah, there's a lot of Nissan Versas here. And in Highland Park itself, there's tons of fucking Nissan Versas.
Highland Park's a nice area, just saying.
What?
You guys got lucky. Highland Park's a really nice area.
I like it here. I really do.
It's not bad.
But yeah, there's tons of Nissan. Actually, one of my neighbors have the same exact model of our car.
Yeah, right.
The only reason I know it's not mine is because they have these like stickers of stars on the side of their car.
Yeah, I didn't know. Okay, so I guess now comes to me with my
There's
plethora.
25 cars.
No, there's 14.
Holy shit, really?
I counted it.
Holy shit.
I'm actually going to start with my second and then move on to...
Why not the first?
Because the first was fucking
You never
awesome.
forget your first.
That's why I have to go with my first at the last.
All right, fine.
My first is so amazing that it gets everything it deserves. Because if I...
Does your first talk to you anymore? Or? You're
Oh, no, not at all. That's unrelated. Seriously, what the fuck? Why do you bring that up? Okay,
cry?
so I'll go with my no. It's just
I'm an
weird.
ass. I'm sorry.
So my second car would be a 1985 Monte Carlo SS. It was a lot of fun, and that was before Justin went all Justin. And me and him used to wrench on that quite a bit, and it was a lot of fun to drive. It was super fucking fast. It was actually scary fast. I probably almost killed myself in that a few times. Eventually, the engine and transmission, there was so much power to the engine, the transmission eventually fried. Because who the fuck thinks that you need to put more, power to your who thinks you need to actually work in a transmission to have a powerful engine in your car? Just somebody who knows what the fuck you're talking about, but
None of us know what he's talking about.
Not Paul at 18. From then, I had a 1989 cop car, old Crown Victoria. Then I had a 1996 Crown Victoria. Also, that wasn't a cop car.
The irony that you have cop cars.
Irony. From then, after that, I went to a 1994 Chevy, not Chevy, it's a GMC Sierra. It's a pickup truck. I actually really liked that. My Sierra was pretty cool. I had a lot of fun with it. It was a nice truck. I remember everybody riding in the back because it was only two-seater or three-seater. And so I used to throw everybody in the back and close the cap and just say, hey, fuck it, hide from the cops. So that's what they did. And
Yes, we did.
Exactly. And after that, I had a... Jesus Christ, what was after that? Wow. Yeah, it's hard to think. I had the Monte Carlo. My mom had a Ford Escort, and my sister had a Honda Civic, which I put my name in insured because it was cheaper. So I guess those two count technically. So it goes to 6, and from there,
We're gonna be here a long time, just so you know, viewers.
Then I had in there were two Trans Ams that I had, in both 1987s that I worked on. Actually, 3 in 1988 as well. That I did some work on. I tried to work on them, make them better. One of them my mom sold. One of my stepdad blew the motor up, so that happened. And then one of them ended up being too much frame damage, and I can't weld really well, so I opted to just sell it to somebody who could actually restore it and do a better job than I could. And then I'll go on to the ones that are now my favorites that I've owned. The current one I own is a 1988 Blazer, and I'm getting rid of it because it's absolutely horrible on gas, and I live in New York, so the extra 50 cents a gallon I have to pay and drive to work 40 miles a day ends up kind of sucking. So bye-bye Blazer. So there's going to be something else in there at some point, probably the next couple weeks. I had a 1990... Oh, this is long, right? It's fucking boring as shit.
How far?
I went to go take a piss. I come back and you're still talking about it.
How far are we into this?
No, there's 3 more.
Okay.
I feel like my
Brian
deaf
went
cat
to
would be
take a
like,
piss.
"Shut the fuck up,
He's
Paul."
back. So now it's my turn.
No, I had a fucking Buick. You already went.
No. I mean, I didn't pee yet.
Oh no, you go pee.
So I'm gonna disappear.
Anyway, can you let him finish about the car
No,
so
I
he can
had a
stop?
He can finish.
I had
I'm just
a
gonna
fucking
be
Buick.
not here when he does it.
I had a fucking Buick. It's a fucking Buick. That's all I gotta say about that. There's nothing
It's
else
a Buick.
to do about that.
Yeah.
And then there comes my 2 favorites. I had a fucking 91 Blazer, which I had for like 4 years, which is really fucked up that there's like 4.5 years there where I had one car. The rest of these were somewhere in between there. I had a fucking 91 Explorer that I paid $400 for, and I put about 50,000 miles on it, and I barely had any fucking issues with it.
By the way, while Paul's counting his cars, he's literally sticking his finger up at me.
I'm giving her the Jersey State Bird, by the way.
I'm not doing anything yet.
No, you're going to. It's preemptive.
I probably will. I'm an asshole to you.
And there's some point which you deserve it somewhere down the line.
Love
so
you
we
too,
go.
Paul.
I had my
Fuckface.
Explorer. I called it Abe. Because that was.
He called it his girlfriend because he was alone.
Actually, no, I had a girlfriend at the time.
Was she the car?
No, she's actually pretty hot.
Was she the mechanic?
No,
Oh, fuck.
she's the one who was like a cheerleader for the soccer team.
Did she exist?
Wait, did I know her?
There was no girlfriend.
Nicole.
Was she hot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm such a dyke, I swear.
Just fucking saying.
I'm always asking, like, is she hot? What did it look like?
right.
Like,
It was great because I had to have her do some work on the engine because I couldn't fit my hands in there because they were too big.
did you fit your hands in there?
She fit her hands in there, and I fucked the ever living shit out of her afterwards.
Because she fixed your car?
Yes, I don't know why I found that so sexy. I just did.
I never want to date somebody who likes cars.
She didn't either. I just told her what to do, and she did it perfect. And the car ran absolutely.
I will give you that.
spotless.
If a girl knows what I do, I've been told by other guys that something is sexy about girls who know things that are not so feminine, like video games and cars and shit like that. I've been told that that's sexy sometimes.
But we're gonna leave Abe alone because Abe, rest in peace. I love that. I love that car. I love that truck so much.
I love my car now.
I almost bought another one for like $500 just because I love that car.
Why don't you save your money and get like a better car? Because I
Oh,
worry
no,
about you.
Just stop. I need to get something that's gonna get back and forth to work every day, and within a year, someone buy a nice car.
Okay.
But then of course comes my first car. It was I had a 1980.
The one he splooges about.
Oh, of course, all the time. I had a 1988 Trans Am. It was like black on black. It was.
I
like,
never saw that one.
You saw.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Your mom showed me a picture once. So
My Trans Am was fucking awesome. It never had a whole lot of problems. It
If
was
you mind me
just-
asking, is that the one you had the car accident with?
Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked
That's
that
the one
thing
you
up.
fucked your leg up really bad, right? That's before I met
No,
you.
my
so-
leg had nothing to do with that.
Oh, I thought you really fucked your leg
No,
up. with
no,
that.
the leg had to do with hockey.
My leg was.
Oh,
playing
I really
hockey
thought
in
you
high
fucked it
school.
up in a car accident.
No, my leg. No.
Once again, it was before I entered the
maybe
group.
before teen at time. So
Oh, okay.
I fucked my Trans Am up, and that was like the last week of high school. So it was really fucking ironic and poetic. But that was the best fucking vehicle I've ever owned in my life, and I still miss it to this day. And now I'm gonna be all sad. So
Now he's
somebody
gonna
move
cut
to
his
the next
wrists.
fucking topic.
Before he cut his wrists.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do
Let's
that.
get away from
Do you want a
this car
noose?
stuff.
I think I have some rope.
Too long.
Trim jobs.
Love you.
So
Moving
from
and
cars.
cars. We move on to the next pertinent topic of the night. Brian,
Ah, fuck
what's your
me.
topic for the night?
All right. Jobs. Who needs them? Right?
You ever notice when you're
Fuck 'em.
Jesus Christ.
when you drink, you talk weird. Like you're like, jobs. We need some, huh?
Nah, she.
It's like 1950s style high waister,
But gay.
but gay. Not
So
just
yeah.
gay, but
Anyways,
gay. 'Cause there's a
back to
difference.
talking normally, semi-normally. Jobs. I really don't want to have a job. I like the place I work at.
Yeah.
For the most part, I like the people I work with. But you know, I'd rather just freelance. I'd rather just work from home and just
The lazy fuck.
honestly not do anything. I'd rather just work on my art all day and I don't know. I feel like having a full-time job is overrated, and I feel like it's I don't know, like it
the
brings
American
people down.
dream.
Nah, fuck that.
Working
Okay.
40 hours.
Working for the man for 40 hours, and what do you get?
You get benefits. You get pay. You get instant gratification.
Yeah, but you're essentially a slave.
Yeah, but Now,
You're at the
consider-
end of the day, you're exhausted, and
But you have no
you're not
choice.
really free to do what you want. You're not really free to pursue your passion because you're so exhausted at the end of the day.
You are free at the end of the day
this
because
is
you're no
America.
longer working for the
Oh,
company.
I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Now you have
Mark.
a few hours. Now let's say you work 8 hours a day, average American, and
I don't
you
work 8
sleep
hours a day.
8 hours a day,
Right.
and then you have a commute
I wish I
time
slept 8
of
hours
we'll
a day.
say 2 hours a day.
Sure.
That's about it.
Now that covers 18 out of 24 hours, so you have 6 hours every single day to groom yourself, take a
Masturbate.
shower, eat,
That's straight.
and
Masturbate.
have recreational time, which
Masturbate.
masturbate.
Jacking it.
So technically, even in the worst
Jacking it in
case,
San Francisco.
not the worst case scenario, but the average case scenario, you still have, we'll say, 5 hours every single day
You see, I
to do whatever you want.
for my day, I only have about 4 hours, maybe not even 4, because if you don't count the morning I get ready, it's maybe 3 hours.
I work 16 hours a day, so go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself, man.
We'll rotate around.
You're not an artist. You don't create like I do.
I save lives. Damn.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
No, but that's
Sitting
what
at your
that's,
computer desk all
that's
day.
what my job tells us to say.
I'm a professional adult babysitter, pretty much.
But anyways,
Anyway, Dev.
So you
Really
have
think
4
about it.
hours of free time a day. Now, how do you choose to spend that 4 hours?
A lot of times I'm just laying around.
it depends. Like when I get home, I have to cook. I have a fiance
new
that
hobby,
can't
Paul.
cook and I have to fucking feed her or she'll
need a
starve to
girlfriend.
death. I love her, but I do have to cook and then
You have to cook for her?
yes.
Well, I'm sure
Devin does a lot for me, too. I will admit that.
Too.
So that's like
We kind of just cook
almost,
for each
That's
other.
okay, cook.
almost an
I can't
hour
cook.
within itself.
I love her, but at least she's
Besides
funny.
from that, I watch shows I need to catch up on, or just play video games, or
That's why I never hear from you.
if
during the week.
if she's out doing her theater stuff, I try to do my art, which I've actually been doing for the better part of this past week or two.
Good. I always encourage you to do that.
So
Eh.
yeah, at the end of the day, I don't want to work. I rather work for myself and just have my own business.
one day you will.
and
So you're
fuck
saying
the
that
man. I don't want to work for anyone else. I'd rather
Fuck
just
the
work
man.
for myself. Have
Fuck
have a
the
job
machine.
I want rather than work for someone else. That's pretty much it.
So in the free time that you do have, we'll say it's 4 hours a day. You spend some time cooking, taking care of.
I do
your
like
fiance.
cooking, for the record.
Yeah,
But
me and Brian have had
entirely
me
complaining.
and Brian have had a cook off. We need to do that again.
You were going to make
We
wings
do.
today.
We do.
I just realized that.
I'll make the wings.
I'll seriously
move
challenge you like 6 months from now.
All right,
I'll
let's
make
go.
them actually after
We need to
podcast.
find
Go,
some.
bruh.
No, we need to find some impartial people.
I'll try it.
We will. Don't worry about it. We'll
I'm not gonna
discuss.
be-
We'll discuss.
Anyway,
So here's the thing. So
Bring some inmates.
I want to hear
ask
Devin's
them how
point
my
of view
food
about
is.
this working for the man.
Now-
Everything.
here's my take on it.
Shit.
Before we break some glass.
I didn't mean to do that.
Or you just break some
Now-
glass for fun.
I've only ever had one full-time position, and when I did have it, I only held it for about
Year.
about 7.5 months. So, and I have never worked full-time since then. So, it's hard for me to weigh in on this topic in a capacity that feels like I'm holding any weight to the conversation.
When you play video games all day,
I really don't do that.
He jerks off all day.
Now, kind of.
Yes, he does. by the
I
way.
wish you could all see
Yes, he
Tina's,
does.
Tina's face and.
I'm his
body
wife. I work 56 hours a
which
week.
I'm not
Yes, he
complaining.
does.
I wish I could do the same thing.
I do.
You wish your wife
I
would
do
work
work.
56
I have
hours a
I have a
week while
part-time
you play
job,
games.
but I do spend a lot of time.
Don't shake
jerking
your
off.
head.
No. Don't.
All right.
You know what's funny though is that I spend more time looking for the right video to jerk off to than I do actually jerking off.
I think we've all been there,
I've
but
been guilty of
anyway.
that
He reminds me more and more
quite
why
a
I
few
married
times
him.
myself.
I'm very selective. Like I
Depends on what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm from like an anal mood, or if I'm in like
So-
a.
So your point.
I need friends that are girls.
Your
Any of the
point.
viewers out there, you want to be my
No,
friend
no.
because I need some fucking friends that are girls. They're not guys who talk about anal. And the example is that thing is like,
Anal's fine.
I don't want to.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Sometimes you want cream pie.
I've seen
Sometimes
far
you
too
want
many
chocolate
things
pie.
because of these fuck faces.
You know,
so.
sometimes you really do. Sometimes you want
So-
fucking. You want
I
make
mean, I
some
look
mocha?
at porn that's like
I
anyone
need
else.
to hear the
but
point
still.
here.
Now the topic at hand was: is having a full-time job overrated?
In what respect are you talking about it being overrated?
Overrated. It depends on your point of view. Now, if you're working in a position, you have a full-time job in something that you aren't passionate about,
Okay.
then absolutely it's overrated.
Now,
I don't think there's any question
Okay,
about
so we're going to talk here. If you're talking a philosophical way, as in if it's being overrated in a
He's about to be
Is
so
it
Existential-
rewarding?
is and a whole existential thought process on this, does it fulfill you as a human being, or does it fulfill you as a human being to be able to pay your bills and to be able to be a self-sustaining person, to be able to do within what free time you have after those said labors to do what you wish and what you desire to do? Does that make it fulfilling? Or does the work within and of itself make it fulfilling because it's something you're passionate about? Now, you're really splitting hairs with that because
I think the pay does matter.
no, in a
Yeah,
perfect
it
in a
does.
perfect world,
But-
in an absolute perfect world, we'll all get paid for everything we want to do. Now, I don't hate my job. but I'm not going to say it's amazing. But
It's a living.
it's a living, and I don't dislike my job. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It has its own perks, and at the end of the day, if I really think about it, and if I want to really rationalize everything to myself, that I fulfill an essential function. What is done where I work is required, and without it, society wouldn't be able to function properly.
Okay.
Despite people not wanting to look at it that way.
You might be overselling it a bit.
I get his point. Let him.
Think about it. Think about it. Don't
Don't get into a political thing.
No, it's not political.
No,
It's not political at all.
life
I get
life
your
can
point, though.
function completely normally, independent of what it is that you do. Just like life can function independently from what I do.
No, but do you
Easily.
really want those people roaming the streets? Do you want some of them? Yeah, not all of them are bad people, and I fully understand that, and I sympathize. I identify with that. I don't necessarily. No, identify is not the right word. I understand that.
Empathize?
I empathize. Empathize is the right word. I empathize with that.
He meant masturbate. He didn't mean empathize.
Of course,
I masturbate with that.
I masturbate with that.
That's what he
no,
meant.
I empathize with that versus sympathize or identify. But at the end of the day, what's done is what's done, and you can't. Society's not perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect, and some people are going to have to suffer, unfortunately. And I think very much, unfortunately, for things they haven't necessarily done, or for things that they've done
Aren't that big of
wrong
a
for the
deal.
right reason. But that's not my job to differentiate between that. My job is just to make sure justice
Maintain order.
maintain order, and that justice is served. So that's what I
Bam.
do. And I do feel bad in certain ways for certain people, but I can't let that cloud my judgment in how I act within what I do. So that's I try to at least think in the whole existential way that my every day of my existence and every day that I get up and go to work and do what I need to do has meaning. And if it necessarily isn't felt the same way by everybody, that's okay. But I have to be content with myself, because with what everybody else does, who fucking cares? Because they're not me. I have to live with me at the end of the day. Would I love to go surfing and watch hockey and drink beer and hang out with my friends all day? You fucking bet
And
your ass.
masturbate.
And masturbate. I'd rather just get blowjobs all day. But you bet your ass I'd rather
That's a
do
really
that.
bad blowjob.
No, good blowjobs.
Okay, good.
Or-
You have to clarify that.
At least mediocre blowjobs. Mediocre blowjobs are pretty good. I'd love to do all of that.
Mediocre.
If
What makes a blowjob mediocre?
What makes it bad? I want to
different
know.
topic for a different
No,
time.
Yeah,
I have,
different
no,
time.
no, no. I have to know right now.
No, we'll talk after
We've
that.
discussed this before.
No, we've
I wasn't
discussed
part of
this.
it.
I'll talk about this on air next time.
Well,
Fair.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
since talking about the jobs, is having a full-time job
Yeah,
overrated?
no, I mean,
I've been working since I was about 14. Coming from a poor family, I kind of had to sustain things myself.
so have I.
And yeah, me and Paul have very similar backgrounds in the fact that we didn't have things handed to us and we had to take care of that situation. Not that I'm saying anyone else has
I've
handed,
paid my
but
family's
there's
rent before.
yeah, I've
when
had
I
to do
was,
that
like,
stuff too.
19.
But anyway, I've always waitress. I now feel like I have a meaningful job. Working 40 hours a week in a call center. It's weird it sounds. I don't think so much my job is meaningful as that I've made it meaningful, where I tried to take the positive out of the situation now. I used to be very negative at the job and used to hate it. Honestly hate it, where I would go to work and cry because I could not fucking stand it. But I actually love it now. It's because I try to take the positive out of the situation, tried to focus on the people that I do like and the things that I like out of it, and realize that because I wasn't employed for a very long time, for at least about a year, that I'm happy that I'm not in that predicament anymore. And as I'm trying to talk, Paul is mouthing to Brian that he is fucked up, by the way. But I do think that I don't think working full-time is overrated. I think how people handle it and what you do for a living and what it does to your life is overrated, because some people take their job too seriously. Some people get too wrapped up in what it means to them, and they don't realize at the end of the day when you clock out, it's just a job.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with your personal life. It's nothing to do with who you are as a person. And that's one thing I sometimes, with social anxiety, I tend to forget. I focus too much on things like people gossiping, stupid shit like that. And then I realize, like, at the end of the day, like, they don't go home with me. They're not part of my life. They're not part of this. They're just people that I talk to and people I deal with each day. And what I do, my job, it does not define who I am. That's what I think is overrated, is the idea that people get so wrapped up in when they, if you, someone you go up to, like, say if you went in a bar and you ask people, who are you as a person? And half the people probably will answer with what they do as a living. And that, to me, is overrated. That's nothing to do with who you are as a person. That's what I think society gets wrapped up in, and what we focus too much on, the idea that they push college, they push higher education and higher means of making money makes it overrated. I don't think it necessarily is what we do as a person, but what we actually take out of the situation.
It boils
I
down to
agree with that
individualism.
100%.
Yeah. And that's how it becoming fact that, like, what I do now for a living, I don't actually want to do completely for a living. I actually, for a long time, I went to school for nursing, and I started realizing I did not have my heart in it. It also scared me of how much took into it, that I was scared that I could not do it, and I allowed my anxiety to get the best of me. But also the fact that I now realize, like, I tell Devon all the time, I want to open a funeral home. I actually want to be involved in mortuary science and be an embalmer. What are you doing?
Nah, it's not.
Don't be a dick face.
Get off your fucking phones,
Get
people.
off your fucking phones. But my point is that I go to work and I do what I'm supposed to do. I work 56 hours a week, but that's not who I am now. I realize that it has nothing to do with actually who I am. So I think that's what's overrated, plain and simple. As these two fuck faces are texting while I'm talking. Thank you. Have respect for your wife. That's nice.
My wife.
My wife. You're never going to get this.
And one day my brother got out of that cage and he got this. Random embarrassing moment that I had that proved to me that I had to realize that I was more than my job. So I was emailing a coworker of mine, like, funny things about little jokes we had about, like, Dog the Bounty Hunter and, like, stupid shit like that. And we talked about Borat. And then I wrote the last message I wrote to this guy, it was Ray, that I wrote was, he said, never going to get this, and he wrote in Borat voice, and then I wrote back, I was like, and then my retard brother got out of the cage and he got this. And then I emailed it to the entire company accidentally. And I literally cried my eyes out like a fucking pansy. I sobbed. I called my boss, who came in 2 hours early just to try to erase the email, and I sobbed.
The CEO said, yeah, that's pretty fucking funny.
I didn't send it to the entire, technically not the entire company, but my center. Yeah, everyone I work with. And they cracked up laughing. They kept asking if it was about other employees, which it wasn't. It was just about us being inappropriate with each other, and making funny comments. But I was so embarrassed. Like, I thought in my head, I was like, that's it. I'm going to have to quit. Like, they're never going to talk to me again. They're going to see that I write fucked up things like that, and they're never going to speak to me again. But half the time, people gave me a high five. Actually, one time, the next shift when I came in, people gave me a standing ovation. They were laughing because I guess I did the dumbest thing possible by emailing it to everyone. But I survived that.
Okay, then.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Yeah, let's
Devon.
segue here. We're all tricking
is
a
the
little
final
too
topic.
much. This is the final topic. There's like two
What the
more.
fuck are you doing on Facebook?
He's being a dick face. That's what
Yeah,
he's doing.
dick to me.
Is he writing shit to you?
Yeah, we're fucking going back and forth.
Jesus
Wish
Christ.
we could go back and forth in person, but no, we'd rather do this on.
No, he'd rather
fucking
do it
face.
right across from you.
No, that last comment I just posted. should
Speaking
make
of
you laugh.
social media, Devon, your next topic.
So, my topic for the night is this new Peeple App, which I believe,
Come on, people now.
as of the time of recording, has not been posted on Android and iTunes services as an app you can actually download.
Wait, so what the fuck is it on? If it's on iPod or Android,
It's not available yet, but it's in production. It's
Oh,
called the
Jesus
Peeple
Christ.
App. Now
Which
the whole
means I'm gonna fail this because I'm a horrible fucking person.
Now, the purpose of this new app, which I assume will be soon available to all, is to be a Yelp, but for people, where you can go online
Now-
and review people's personal or professional lives. Now, here's the interesting thing about it is that if you choose to post a comment about someone on their profile, they have 48 hours to review the comment. Now they get to read what the contents of the comment and contest it. If they so choose to contest it, they have to work it out with the person who is commenting how they're going to move forward with the comment itself. They can edit it or, basically contest the existence of this comment, whatever it is. So it becomes an issue of libel and of privacy. So let's just say that, Paul, I decide that I'm going to leave a review about you as a human being. And I say, fuck Paul, he's a shitty human being. He's a bad friend. He's I don't know. He's a drunk bastard who loves guns.
It's pretty accurate.
He loves guns and knives and has no respect for human beings, generally speaking. I can say whatever I want to about you as long as you have a profile on the service.
I can always just kick your ass because I know where you live.
You could do that, but that doesn't influence what's on the profile. That's
That
available
does not.
online to literally anyone who goes on there. So it basically is adding another dimension to social media. Now, this I find fascinating, the fact that this can even exist. I understand that the reason behind its existence is probably with good intentions. It's for people to find babysitters that they can trust. It's for people to find boyfriends and girlfriends that they think are good people based on reviews of other people. But I don't think that people realize that there's so much bias in regards to this that you can never really trust what anyone says about anything without any background information. This is background information that you're not going to get from this app. So, and then there's the very obvious fact that there are going to be situations where you can't contest the information that's being presented to you. So, I'm being filmed.
Sorry about that.
Echo chamber.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was going to happen. Sorry.
So
He knew exactly.
Just
what was gonna
going
No,
back
I've been
to
drinking
my
all night.
theoretical example, let's say I talk shit about Paul Z over here, and then he'll get a notification on his Peeple app that I have spoken about
some
him
shit.
in any capacity. He can review what I'm saying about him, and then he has a window where he can go to the app or to me and work out what it is that's going to be officially posted. And now, one of the conditions of this is that once it's past the 48-hour window, whether he chooses to respond to me or not, that information is public and cannot be edited. I could definitely go for some pizza. But this is,
That's my drunk whispering, guys.
Sorry, people. We've been drinking all night. We're starting to get all
the
squirrely
munchies.
here.
Yeah.
So.
I need some fucking pizza.
So
I think I'd kick a baby in the face for some pizza right now.
now this bothers me. As someone who really doesn't have too much to worry about as far as outside parties
I
having
might write some shit
negative
about you.
things to say about me as a person or as, say, a lover
There's like
or
5 people
as an
who say it.
employee, I don't feel the need to worry about this. However, anyone can go on this app, create a profile, and say anything about you that they want to. And if you do not see the notification within 48 hours, what you say or what has been said about you becomes concrete. So, I'm not fully up to date on this. I do not believe that this app exists at the moment.
I don't think it does yet.
However,
so
it is in production and it is slated to release within the near future. How do we feel about the impact that this could have upon people's professional and personal lives?
I think it's a horrible piece of garbage.
Yeah, I find it unbelievable that
I
can
don't-
even exist.
I don't know how you can just fucking like rate a person.
Right.
Because you might be a fucking scumbag yourself. You might be some fucking asshole who fucking steals.
That's the problem.
and
Anyone can
rapes
say
and
anything
fucking
about
does all
anyone.
that shit. You're a fucking douche. Who the fuck thinks this is a good idea?
The only thing I keep thinking of is, I'm not going to mention names, is that the fact that, like, me and Devon have talked about experiences with a past ex-girlfriend of his, and that was a stalker, and she messed with us a lot. Now, all she has to
Bitches be
do,
crazy.
all she's going to do is go on there
Bitches be
and
whack.
say nasty things about him and me, and I can't fucking defend myself because the bitch is fucking crazy.
No, that
so-
bitch is psychotic.
So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed? It's the same thing like where people. It's almost like I feel like it's full on published gossip, and you can't defend yourself because no matter what, people aren't going to believe you. They're going to believe what's written. It's like worse than regular social media.
I think it's horrible in the sense that, like, especially among, like, I guess the younger crowd and like
The
high
bullying
school
factor.
and middle school crowd, like,
gonna do that
even
shit.
though, like Devin said, in the sense that you can look at the, I guess, comments and
don't know who posted.
approve it or disapprove it or edit it. The fact is that you can still see what people are writing about you, even though you may not post it to public, and that's still detrimental upon a person's
I know.
mental health.
I totally agree on that.
And it's horrible.
People
and
hurt themselves
just
over
like
it.
I just don't like this culture that we live in where everything needs to feel like we need to share
And hurt each other.
judge, and it's just
It's bad.
I hate it. I don't know.
Not that it's the same thing, but I get to the idea where I get a little, as much as I laugh at things and make things a joke, I think about the example when MySpace first came out. I had a friend named Kristen who actually committed suicide because of bullying, because she was always harassed at school. And it was involved through MySpace, where people would write nasty things about her, and they made a page calling her the Sasquatch and all this other fucked up shit. And I think that this website is just prolonging or making the situation worse. Like, where people, for example, there's, like, I know some people might think it's not a big deal, but bullying is a big factor, and it's how people treat each other when it comes to anything. And I do think that this is going to make it worse. It's going to get too involved. People are going to get too cruel with it, and something bad's going to happen. I just feel like it's another extra nail in the coffin that we don't need.
Oh, this whole app? It's...
Do you even know what's going on, Paul?
I do.
No, the two lovebirds over here fucking saying shit to each other back and forth on
What the
Facebook
fuck are you two writing about?
while they
wanna know.
why they literally 69 and suck each other's dicks. That's what's happening here. You do that eerily well. That bothers me. That is from pure experience.
Getting my dick
Have you
sucked
sucked?
and having...
Have you sucked a mean dick before? I always wondered that
I sucked a
phrase.
pleasant-
I always wonder, why does it say mean dick? Is that like a bigger dick? Does that mean it's angry?
Why can't it be a nice dick?
Why can't it be a nice dick?
It is having the skill to suck a penis at a quite adequately, in fact, above adequately level, and
Okay,
be
no, I
quite
get what it
proficient
means.
at such activity.
I do understand what it means. Example, when I worked at IHOP, there's this creepy guy who was this redhead dude, would come in all the time and hit on me. And I used to be very uncomfortable about it. And one time he got kicked out because he asked me if I sucked a mean dick. And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like shocked, so I just walked away and my boss
You
kicked
should
him
have
out.
light that motherfucker on fire.
I was so horrified. I was so shy. Like I was a 19-year-old little
Suck that
like shy
good
girl, and
dick.
he was like
Oh my god!
I put down the bill,
Get the
and he
good dick.
like kind of touched my hand. And he goes, "I have to ask, can you suck a mean dick?" And I went, like I didn't know what to do. I was like, I gotta go, like, and I kind of like ran. And I always saw in my head, like, what the fuck does that actually mean? Does that like, Devin? Why are you doing that? God fucking damn it! What are you doing?
What is going on right now? Tell me.
He's
Oh, he's quoting fucking Eminem lyrics.
Can I? Oh fuck! That's my husband.
By the way, I was going to invite, you know,
Fuck.
So Devin's fucking with a friend of mine on Facebook who I was
Don't.
who I was actually going to
Devin, you're gonna
invite
get
to be
beat up.
to be the next guest on our.
Now he's not gonna.
Well, he probably will. I'll talk him into it. It's fine.
That's Devin. He's a dick.
You just need to post that on there.
No, it's funny because Paul and I are going back and forth, and he knows that I'm kidding. And this random guy shows up, and he's like, "Is this guy serious?" Like he has no idea who I am.
Right.
So
Can
I'm
you explain
screwing
something
with
that
it.
Devon's really not a bad guy?
No,
He
I'll
just says
tell
stupid
him
shit.
tomorrow. I'll tell him tomorrow. It's fine.
White America.
I've been drinking too much right now to adequately explain that.
We need some pizza. Let's.
We need some fucking pizza.
All right.
I could use some pizza.
So fuck this Peeple app. Who invented this Peeple app? We need to beat the shit out of
Come on, people now.
I don't know
Hybrid
actually.
People now.
I just find the whole idea.
People now.
Behind it
People now.
fascinating.
People now. I'll be like Stan Marsh, just playing People Now. Saying People Now like 20 fucking
Life
times.
lessons of the day.
Playing like 3 different chords.
So
on
what
the
do you think
guitar.
of the
Drive hybrid cars, people. No.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
I
I'm guessing
think
we're
the app
universally
is
saying
fucking
it's a
retarded.
bad.
Brian,
right?
your opinion?
I
He already
already
said
aired
it.
my opinion. It's,
Are you
I
that
was
drunk?
taking a
Can you
piss.
edit that out? Because he sounds like he was like that. He didn't listen to you. That's my point.
No, I was
Yeah,
taking a
that's
piss.
fine.
no, really.
Put it
No,
down. Yeah, I was
legitimately, when Brian was airing
It's a
his
bad idea,
opinion,
McCann.
I was
Okay.
I was urinating. There we go.
Why do you gotta tell people that?
No,
Just say
I
you
just-
Because
listen.
I'm fucking. I've been drinking.
I
all
need
night,
new
all
friends. Holy shit!
right? Yeah, seriously.
I need no because you just want me to bring girls around here.
What? I mean, I live in New York City. There's fucking.
The only reason why I don't bring girls around, and I will 100% say this. So, a friend of ours, who I'm not going to mention his name, but he's known as our whore friend. Devon knows who I'm talking
I
about.
know you're talking about.
Justin.
Not Justin.
Oh wait, he's dead. He's dead.
Justin.
Anyway,
sorry.
so
I'm
our
sorry.
whore
I'm not gonna
friend,
even
who we
miss
all
his
know, he's a little bit of a muscle man. He likes to work out a lot.
Justin.
I had this friend named Jen, who I started getting along with at
one
Four
who was,
Seasons.
kind of deaf.
No.
Justin? No, he can hear.
No,
Not anymore, 'cause
Can I
he's dead.
finish my sentence? God fucking damn it. Anyway, so this girl I started getting along with at Four Seasons, and I introduced her to my whore friend, and they were only going to be a hookup. And she even I even explained to her at the time that like he just hooks up with girls, he doesn't have commitments or anything like that. She said she was okay with it. I guess she wasn't okay with it. Whatever it was, it ended in bad blood.
that the
and
one-
she stopped talking to me because she was mad at him. And
Bad blood.
that's the one we almost moved in with.
Was that the one who had a nice hiney?
She had a very big butt, yes.
Ooh.
And you
Was it
loved
nice?
it. Yes, it was
Wait,
nice.
why the fuck did you introduce me?
Because the
Yeah,
friend who's a
this is what I was
whore, I
gonna
almost
say.
said his name, claimed her first. He met her and he was like, damn, I want that.
And he shoved his penis all
I
up in
think,
there.
yeah, they had sex. So my point is
True.
that I learned from that. I was like, no, I'm not bringing friends around because then I'm going to lose these friends because then they bang my friends and then my friends fuck it up.
I'm a nice guy.
But you kind of can be a whore too a little bit. Yeah.
Moments.
So
You've-
is everyone.
I'm not a whore.
I'm only not being
You're
a
a
whore
whore.
right now because I work a lot.
You can be a whore and work a lot.
I work like 80 hours a week.
I know some
I
whores
go
my
to
job.
TRL.
It's a
Look
mess.
how many hugs I get.
Are you Eminem now?
I jizz all over your face and your glasses.
All right,
What?
let's wrap this bitch up.
Holy shit, yes.
Wait, no,
Let's,
we don't
let's
need
put a
to
bow
have
in this motherfucker.
How many beers
Wait,
is too
don't
many
we have
beers
one
for
more
one
fucking-
podcast? This
No,
evening?
I
One
think
more.
we did
Devon,
People
Get 'em
App
all.
Devon, take us home.
Take us home.
taking us home.
Wanna go
Final
home?
stretch run, suicide style.
What?
Wait,
Don't be
wait, is there a harsh full-time job?
No, yeah, we covered everything.
We
We
did
got the
cover everything.
People App, the
wow, yeah,
full-time
we-
job, the
Yeah,
cars,
you're rambling on.
Holy
the ghosts,
shit.
the trim job.
wait.
I
Hashtag
need to
trim
drink
jobs.
more, all right?
No, hashtag what is a trim job?
Hashtag
No,
trim
a
jobs.
Trim job is just fucking shaving your fucking.
Now, Salted Coffee Podcast
Yeah,
audience.
so y'all hear
Can
us
we
talking
get
about
trim
Oh,
job?
yeah, that sounds sensual. right now. My
Hashtag
ears.
trim job trending.
Bring us home.
Let me take this bitch home so that we can drink
there.
and order some pizza.
Take us
Thank
home,
you
No.
Reverend
for
Devon.
joining us on a brand new episode of the Salted
I want
Coffee
to push you off that
Podcast.
chair right now.
I am your host, Devon McCann. You can follow me at Hunkalicious on Twitter. I was followed alongside my fellow podcasters, the wife, Tina McCann.
My wife.
Thank you for
My
having me.
wife.
You can follow me at Teenage Howarth on Twitter as well as McCann Tina on Instagram.
That's correct. And Paul Z.
I will. I've actually broken down in my
L'chaim.
head. I'll actually acquire Twitter within the next few weeks.
Yeah, I'm
He
sure
won't
you
do
will.
that.
Yeah, he says that, but let's not hold our breath.
No, fuck you guys. All right. I
Screw
will.
you guys.
One of these
days.
days. And
By the way, I'm going to be Cartman. on
last
Halloween.
but
Don't
not
worry about
least, Mr. Brian
Yeah.
Koenig.
it. I got the fat face to pull it off.
You can follow me at Koenig Designs. Buy my shit.
Buy
this
his
guy's
shit.
By Etsy/Rebel Sticker Campaign.
Look.
Spend
if you
all
buy
your
his
hard-earned
stuff,
money,
he'll
allowance
buy, like,
money
food
on your
stuff for
stickers.
us. So buy
Do it
stuff.
now.
/ if he wasn't engaged, we would think he's a virgin.
Buy some stickers. Put them on your laptop.
maybe.
Put them on your filing cabinet. Put them on your bumper.
Put them on your balls.
Just buy some fucking stickers.
Put them on your forehead. Put them on them
Masturbation.
titties.
You can follow all of us.
Titties.
Go ahead, Devon. I don't want to.
If you want to follow us as a whole, as a collective entity on
Like a
Twitter, you can follow us at Salted Coffee Pod. Am I correct on Twitter?
Yes, on Twitter. Yes.
All right, waiting for the confirmation.
I promise I'll be sober the next time.
We will try to answer
Relatively.
all of your questions as soon as we get them, so please be
Relatively.
patient.
I said relatively.
If you want to email
hops
us
in his fucking
directly, you
blood.
can do so at saltedcoffeepodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Instagram, as well as Google+. I believe that covers it. Did I miss anything,
You did
fellow
not.
podcasters?
YouTube.
No, I don't think so. Again, I'm.
I did miss the YouTube. Thank you.
Oh.
So,
on YouTube.
we post on
I
SoundCloud.
don't think we should have the drunkest person ever bring us home. Just saying.
Yeah, he's probably more drunk.
No, I don't think so.
I don't
I'm
think
fine.
We're about
All right.
Very nice.
We post every episode, every new episode, that is, every Monday on SoundCloud. You can find us there. You can also find us on YouTube. We post every Wednesday for YouTube at Salted Coffee Podcast. So please subscribe to our channel there. It makes us feel better,
Makes us not question the poor decision we've made in life.
pretty much. So
please subscribe.
I do
Pretend we're
I do
cool.
check and see how many subscribers and views we have on every video
We sit in the corner
because I
cry,
care.
masturbate.
Because we care. So
Speak for yourself. I don't cry while I masturbate.
I masturbate and then I cry.
Anyway,
and there's a
Thank you
little
for
bit of
listening.
shame that comes after every masturbation session, as we all know.
just want to say thank you again for having me on the show. I
Of
definitely
course you
enjoyed
were
it.
Absolutely. As we move forward, we will try to have a rotating fourth member. So thank you
Hopefully it's me
to the
again.
wife.
If you guys like me on the show, definitely
Yes, let us
point
know.
point out your views.
Yeah, let us know.
Make some comments on YouTube.
We're gonna take
on
votes.
SoundCloud.
We'll make her
on
we'll make her
Facebook,
a
Twitter.
almost permanent. We're gonna have a random other person here and there, but
I personally would love that. Seriously.
I mean, here and there that not all of us will be around. So sometimes I work, sometimes Devon and Brian and Tina works, whatever. So people will be randomly subs.
I work when
and,
I feel like it.
You know what? Fuck you, man. All
He's like
right?
Chuck Norris. He doesn't work for the man works for him. As I played the podcast by accident.
Yeah, it's fucking selfless fucking bump.
All right, Internet. Thanks again for checking out the latest episode of the Salted Coffee Podcast. We hope to see you next week.
Indeed.
Bye,
Peace out.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, internet.